I did make Jagira a bard for a while.
The current party is
slaps.
like, I need someone to unlock things. That's Asterion. I need someone who has heals. That's Shadowheart. And then like the flex spot could not be Gale, but like if you give me the choice to hang out with Nikiana Zakros or not hang out with Nikiana Zakros, like I'm gonna hang out with Nikiana Zakros.
I mean that's totally reasonable though.
Yeah.
Gale's
Nick,
also
I
like the best
actually,
person to unlock things.
Nick, having Gale in my party eases the pain of never hanging out.
Yeah,
with you.
Gale just has a knock. Like Gale is strictly better than Asterion.
Knock does not work on traps, though. I feel like you can sit there and collect.
He's a
fucking
fighter.
lockpicks.
No, Asterion is a fucking god. Put two hand crossbows
Assassin
on
plus
him,
bard.
and
Holy shit.
you don't even need the like just rogue. Like
Yeah,
he just
Asterion is
fucking
so good.
annihilates shit.
Yeah.
And do thief rogue so you get the 2 bonus actions. Like he attacks fucking 3 times around, so he sneak attacks and then he like it's just disgusting.
I did him as arcane trickster because I thought I would get a lot of value out of the mage hand ledger domain. And
Whoa,
the fact that
boy, were
could,
you incorrect.
boy was I incorrect, because apparently actually you can only cast mage hand once a short rest as a fucking cantrip. It's so bad.
Boo!
Like I don't even
Yeah, they
understand.
treat it as like a weird
If they treat it as like a class feature and not like a cantrip.
yeah, like it's
baffled.
a they
weird.
treat it like it's a familiar kind of. It's very
Yeah.
annoying.
It's so bad. I was so fucking upset. So yes, Thief Asterion is like gangbusters.
I didn't even know you could change their specs.
You
can't.
change their
I know you
classes.
can.
It's
When you
Yeah.
level them up, if you're
Withers.
playing at a high enough difficulty, you can multi-class them and you can take them to Withers and respec them completely.
unless
as far
you
as I
killed
understand.
Withers. Rob.
Why would you
kill
do
Withers?
that?
What?
Well,
Wait,
okay.
do you have to walk them to Wither specifically? Because I tried to
Yes.
respec and I couldn't.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe I did this wrong then, because I thought I tried to do this and I couldn't actually get.
You
it
have to
work
be the
with
character.
them.
Yeah, and you have
Okay.
to walk
Yeah,
into
I'll try it
Withers.
again.
But as Christina said, you can completely do all the stats too,
Mhm.
so you can balance that out however you want.
Mm.
And I did the stupid thing and like went through all of the math for every character to make sure that no one had like special bonuses that I would get rid of, and yeah, they're all just vanilla.
You would.
I mean, they have different class ability. Like they have like different or not class ability. They have like different background features. Like
They keep those.
Oh right, sorry. I thought you meant they didn't have anything like that, and I was like, no, some of them do have. Like,
No,
special
no.
features.
I was thinking like I saw something in the early access that like Minthara was like all of her stats were juiced up because she's an enemy.
Oh,
So I was like,
see what
oh
you
well,
mean.
if I respec her, then I'm going to lose all those extra things. I didn't.
Her
As far as
juicy-
I understand, you don't lose any of that stuff.
Well, once they become a character in your party, their stats are just like normal player character stats.
Yeah, they don't get juiced. You don't like get the juiced up version when they join your party. They're just normal statted.
Normal point buy from D&D Beyond.
The number of times that fake BG3 rain gets crit, by the way, is fucking hilarious, and I feel like is some karmic punishment for.
I feel
Arctis
like
Rain
somebody
being a fucking god.
should visit the Grimforge and respec into a class that can wear.
Or
plate.
she just needs to find a cloak of displacement, which exists.
I want to be clear. I have the ring that lets me cast blur like 3 times a day.
I have that. I have
So,
that
like,
too. It's good.
So like it doesn't super matter. Like the
I
cloak
mean,
of
but
displacement's like slightly better, but
Why not both?
Sure. Yeah. But hear me out. I get crit. I've been crit 3 times through blur. It's
Don't you have mirror
incredible.
image? How are you getting hit? Period.
She's an Eldritch Knight. She doesn't have mirror image yet.
Oh, boo!
That's
Did
like
you
2
do
more
Dex
levels
Eldritch
for her.
Knight, or are you doing like?
Yeah,
strength?
she's Dex Eldritch Knight.
Alright.
Gotcha.
Like it's actually pretty disgusting, like how tanky she is. But holy shit, she gets crit more than like everybody else in the party, and I don't understand. I don't understand how this is happening. This game is clearly cheating.
All right, everybody, settle in. Get your drink on. If you have to go tonight, Flix.
I know. I'm here so far. So
Okay.
we should be all right. My attention's a little divided right now. Hopefully that will cease being the case shortly.
All good. Just Yeah, hop in and interact when you can.
I should be in the game.
No, yeah. I'm just saying, like, if your attention is, like, super divided, just when you're ready to, like, dive in and play, like...
I will let you know as soon as my attention is undivided.
Okay. Alright, everybody. I'm stretching. I'm thinking. And let's do a quick Arctis recap. Previously on Arctis Ascended, you all are trying to find the famed court where the Lord of Mirth is holding his infinite festivities and didn't invite you. But after searching for an ancient bond between the long-lost Arborians and the fairies of Auralia, you all found a sick and weakened world tree. Bonsai's mother, who was harboring a bevy of I should say they're not undead, harpy-like were-ravens who were twisted. 1 second, hold on. Now I'm the mildly distracted one as I'm looking at what my cats are doing over my shoulder. Of course, they're battling, like, right behind me. Hold on. Okay. I had to break up the voice.
I just want to say I appreciate, like, this, like, super callback reintroduction to Arctis Ascended, because I feel like that was 3 years ago.
I think we've only played Arctis like 4 times this year.
What?
Is it maybe 5? How many times have we played this year?
Stop going to Gamescom!
Tell Genoa. I didn't want to go.
Give me their number!
Okay. I would love to see an argument between you and Genova. God, that is a circle of hell I would like to attend.
Great.
No, you're creatively wrong. No, you're creatively wrong. Sorry,
oh, fuck. After receiving a gift from World Tree Sika, a branch of her horn, she gave it to Bonsai in hopes that this would enlighten the Lord of Mirth, an offering from the World Tree to give him some perspective on the situation. And with that, Sika has shown you the way, an old ley line that connected the Fey parts of Auralia with the Arborian parts. A long, unused teleport. With a small puzzle attached to it, of course, that Bonsai eventually unlocked, that you believe would lead you straight into the Fairy King's court. But alas, the long, unused ley line has seen better days, as when the Arborians took the potent and poisonous slough into their bodies, the slough seemed to cause irreparable harm to the ley line that allowed you to traverse the areas between the Fey lands and the Arborian lands. And somehow you've ended up in a strange destination. What appears to be a once heavily guarded vault or bank. And inside this vault, a grisly scene has been spread out before you, as bodies litter the room, and a single banker slumped in a chair. Hold on, I'm checking my notes. As you all greeted a singular figure that was luckily still alive through all the carnage, the person did not seem to remember anything about the goings-on in the bank and seemed confused and unsure of her surroundings. But with you four in attendance, you had told her to remain behind, and hopefully you would solve the mystery of what occurred within the vault. And as you went down the hallway, approaching the elevators to the first floor of the vault, Strange runes were carved into the ground, emanating a powerful magical aura that may have been suppressing some of the magics guarding the vault. The vault held a number of powerful and strange artifacts. And who knows what kind of magics were unleashed once the protections went down. Tabby Cat, I'm gonna need you to chill out. Alright, everybody. Let's return now to the vault. As you went down to the first floor, you were greeted by the unsightly beings gorging themselves on the ley lines. Twisted, pinkish, horrible creatures slurping up magical essence in a darkened vault. One moment, please. Slurp, slurp. Yeah, Tabby every time is very much wanting attention today.
He's a needy boy.
He's a big needy boy. Alright, real quick, I'm gonna fill up the chat a little bit. My rolls. Quick, link me your dankest cantrips.
I don't think I have shove on this character.
Yeah, what? I don't. Shit, what's the one that
Bonus action
Haley
shove.
uses? The fire one? I don't know.
Bonus action
Firebolt.
shove.
Firebolt's an actual spell.
Shit.
Range is not classy enough to use.
Aw.
I conceded that brand to Akashaba.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, we all make choices and we live with them.
That's true.
I'm very happy with my choice. You're the one who gets salty about it.
I mean, I'm a little salty now that Akash was retired. Like, why don't you honor him by taking on the brand?
True.
Because I'm picking 7th level spells with my free spell slots. If you want to buy me the fucking fireball scroll, we'll talk.
Can't be that expensive. Baldur's Gate 3, it's like 300 gold. Come on.
The ground floor of Bridgevault seems to be attracting a bevy of curious creatures as magical energies are seeping out of the floor. The lay wanderers you had just put to rest, these horrible things, were crawling all over this glass-covered decor on the floor. It seems to be emanating arcane energy. Even rain from where you can stand, you can feel it. What's up, Flix?
I was just going to say, if I never see another magic-sucking dick fetus again, I'd be perfectly happy.
God, they are terrible, aren't they?
That's exactly what they are. They're horrible.
Do you prefer the non-magic sucking kind?
I don't like dick fetuses at all, but magic sucking makes them
They
worse.
could show this to young boys and be like, if you beat off too much, this is what'll happen.
My God! Can we see that again?
What if you do it
That.
just enough, though? Do you just get little grabby hands?
Oh God! This is my strong arm.
I just choked on my chicken nugget.
Yeah, Nick, I just imagine reaching down and just getting a little handshake back. Oh, Jesus Christ.
The hand job that does itself.
God, God
Just
damn
gives
it!
itself little hugs.
I hate everything that's happening here. Ahem. The Bridgevault, at least this room, is quiet, but still covered in a significant amount of gore. Pillars line the room to the west and the east, and you notice multiple doors leading out, one directly to the west, one to the east, and two to the south.
Rain, did these wanderers steal your tongue as well?
Oh, I'm eating a delicious chicken nugget.
Gross! That's
Oh.
really horrible timing.
Does it have little grabby hands?
Nope, not this one.
Keep
Everyone
digging them out of the pile until you find one.
Disgusting. Make me a perception check, please. Everybody. Nice. Drion apparently also eating chicken nuggets.
No, too busy searching the internet for that Shadowheart Doujin. My bad.
A 22.
Flix, you hear something loud and heavy, possibly stomping outside to the south. But it's a little further away, and you're not surprised the rest of your party doesn't hear it.
What's it sound like exactly?
It's like a heavy stomping. Heavy, very heavy footfalls.
You all don't hear that? Stompy feet? Thump, thump, thump. It's asking something very heavy head in this direction. Actually, I think that I'm going to hide in this fern. That's what I'm doing. You all can make your own life choices.
Oh, yeah, Flex, let me know if you hear anything over there, but I'm gonna check this fern to see if anything's weird about this one.
No, I'm hiding. Something big is coming.
Flex, should you maybe peek your head out and see what it is? That is kind of your shtick.
What? Why would I do that? Your head's just as good as mine.
Because your head is slightly less visible.
Because it's smaller. Is that some sort of dig on my size?
Actually, it was a recognition of your talents at going unseen, but now that you mention it, you are quite a bit smaller as well, yes.
Oh, well, I can't fault your... Fine. Alright, Flix will be as sneaky as possible. And creep over to the doorway and... Does the door have hinges? Can I oil the hinges?
Can you describe to me how fairy creeps while hovering through the air? Like, what does that look like?
Exactly. It looks exactly as you imagine it would.
Okay. Great, because I love the image in my head.
In the midair.
Right, there's a little bit of butt wiggle.
Yeah.
I assume it's like a midair, like tiny cat man with the knees flexing and the arms T-Rexing.
It's in my mind. It's the shame wizard from Big Mouth. It's what it is.
Shame
I haven't-
wizard.
Hunched over, arms hanging out a little
Yes.
bit, like wah, wah, wah.
Oh, wait. Shame wizard or shame lizard?
Shame wizard.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay, I'm...
I'll drop an image in Discord. It's fine. Do your thing.
All right,
Flix
I'm
as you-
looking. I enjoy the high heels, by the way. That's a good touch.
As Flix creeps through the air and approaches the door, he gently lays his hands on and listens for these heavy footfalls, and you can feel them before you can hear them. And a slight shaking of the door underneath your fingertips leads you to believe that this being is
almost here.
incredibly heavy.
And very heavy. Why don't we just go through that other door? I'm going to go through the other door. Flix leaves.
What other door?
This one.
Oh.
So I'm unable to select my character, weirdly enough, and there's like two versions of it on the screen overlapping.
1 second. I'm gonna delete you. I don't see you again, so I'm gonna put you on the screen again. 1 second.
I'm still on the screen for the record. You deleted one copy of me, one of my mirror images.
You should refresh.
Okay.
You may have gotten logged out. Give me a sec.
Okay, I'm logging back in. I'm loading the game.
Did it log you out?
Yeah, I did for some reason.
What a bitch!
Yeah. My Forge literally said, bring up Baldur's Gate 3 one more time. I fucking dare you. I'm like, okay. I'm gonna dial back. I am back in. Yeah, I'm back in.
All right. Go ahead and move for me, just so I know you're good.
Cool.
Perfect. All right, Flix. You approach this door. There is a small metal sign on the front of it that is covered by a small metal plate. It looks like it can be lifted from under to top. It's just covering the name on the door. The door is a heavy banded wood.
I use Mage Hand to lift the little sign.
Underneath it says observation room with a slight creak.
All right. Is it trapped? Nope. I'm just going to start unlocking.
Good
Glad
lord.
everybody's gathered around nice and tight. Getting some
Flix.
getting those Asterian numbers in, yeah.
Flix, the door was indeed locked, but lucky for you, not trapped.
I told you it wasn't trapped. I was entirely confident.
However, the lock on it you easily pick, but you notice that it wasn't locked, but jammed shut, and what you pull out is a small shard of metal, perhaps steel or iron. It's sharp and looks like it's been torn from something.
Interesting. I hand it to him. What do you make of that? He says as he pushes the door open.
Oh,
Why is it
sorry.
so locked?
Sorry, I didn't unlock it. I'm going to pause it real quick as you open the door. Inside...
Oh, for the love of God! Can I immediately slam the door again?
You open it, and then I will describe to you what you see, and then you most certainly can slam the door shut again. The room is full of swirling metal shards floating on an invisible whirlwind and just slashing about the room crazily. There's an arcane torrent happening in the room, making these shards, bits of metal, and other debris fly everywhere. The rest of the room, the front of the room, are large glass, what you think might be eyeballs, in circular storage devices filled with some unknown liquid. The red parts of the eye that look like a target swing back and forth, moving, searching, looking, but occasionally they get plinked on the glass by the shards and quickly move to the other side of the orb. Just looking at it, all you hear is blink, 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 and the eyes are darting around like crazy, trying to avoid being poked by this metallic shard swarm. A significant amount of blood
someone's nightmare. Like, this is somebody's recurring nightmare that you just described.
on the ground. A significant amount of blood holds a familiar glowing rune, one of the suppression runes created with blood magic.
Okay, so Flix opens the door, takes in this tableau for like literally half a second, and as he closes the door says, "Oh, absolutely not." Well, that was a bust. Get ready to fight something super fucking huge and deadly. Good luck, everyone.
More huge than the last things we fought.
Possibly.
Rain, you can feel as you leave that door just surging like pulses of arcane energy that are coming at very random times. Sometimes they only raise the goose flesh on your arm a little bit, and maybe cause you to shiver. Other times it is like a swelling of powerful magic. It is very erratic here, almost uncontrolled.
Through the bond. that we probably should investigate that room later, but it's full of whirling metal shard elemental things, and one of those suppression runes was in the middle of the room. Plus giant glass eyeballs that were especially creepy. I don't like it.
What about this door over here, Flix?
A moment. Do I hear the thump, thump, thump?
Make me a perception check.
Flix creeps over to the door and listens carefully. Wait, do I get guidance? Why do I have guidance now? Do I always have guidance? I should always have guidance, right?
Well,
because
I
one
gave
of
you
us
guidance.
knows
That's how you
guidance.
do a thing, so they tried to help.
I enjoy that because I got a 24.
Flix, with this, the heavy footfalls are going away, and they're definitely not made from soled feet. Judging by the sharpness of the sound, might be something heavy made of metal or possibly stone.
Almost certainly some kind of golem. Oh, well, whatever it is appears to be leaving, so let's see what's going on with this other door in this house of horrors that should otherwise be a perfectly respectable banking institution. This is very strange for a Fey court. Normally we're not overly concerned with wealth.
Well, we do know that he is quite the collector.
Yes, but a bank? Oh, that's right. Oh, we definitely have to explore that other room. I saw a crossbow, and I want it. Oh, thank you. I feel so guided.
Yeah, with the strength of the ley lines here, I think we should have Arctis's support.
I should always have Arctis's support. If there's one thing that I've learned from my adventures elsewhere is that he swivels, breaking the fourth wall, staring Zarina directly in the eyes. I should always have Arctis's support. And he returns to investigating this door for traps.
DM rolls a perception check. Who the fuck said that? Flix, this door is similar in both style and setup to the one on the opposite side. The small metal sign is obscured by a little folding sign over it. There's a little knob on it. Little nubbin.
He shrugs and uses Mage Hand to lift the nubbin after he ensures that it is not trapped.
It says employees only.
Oh, this ought to be good. Is the door locked?
Do you jiggle the handle?
I grasp the handle and turn it slowly rather than jiggling it. What kind of barbarian do you think I am, jiggling door handles?
The knob on the door stops suddenly. It is locked.
Not for long.
Flix gets to work. And neatly, the lock opens.
He looks at everyone else levelly and through the bond. This one is no doubt also full of horrors, so I don't know, brace yourselves. Maybe something will come leaping out at us. Ready?
Do we want to leap out at them?
Maybe Drion should be in front. What are you doing back there, Drion?
The way you described that last room leads me to believe I don't want to be in the front.
Well, the way I described the last room is exactly why you should be in the front.
Sorry, in your mind, my job is to just get hit by stupid things.
Well, shouldn't you be between Rain and whatever is lurking beyond this portal?
Trion looks over at Rain. Were you planning to go in and get hit by stupid things?
Well, I mean, maybe, but it's fine. You have my back, right?
Yeah, that's what I was asked to do. Not stand in front of Flix.
All right. Well, I mean, I wasn't going to go first anyway. I was just going to peek through. All right. Let's see what awaits us. Employees, perhaps.
As you open the door and look inside, it appears to be an employee's quarters, and it's been thoroughly sacked. There's blood on the floor, but no body, leading you to believe that someone was assaulted here and possibly taken elsewhere. Chests belonging to what may have been the guards that are residing or stationed here have been popped open, some very forcefully, as deep gouges are in the wood. Some of the guards' weaponry and armor is scattered everywhere, and some recreational tools are seen on the far side of the room. There's another door to the south. Sorry.
Sorry.
Flix, from your vantage point, you can see another door to the south. That is all.
Not only did someone loot this fucking room before we got to it, they did it badly.
It's kind of interesting. This is an awful lot of effort for a simple smash and grab.
And a lot of murder, too, for that matter. I can't guarantee that anyone here was innocent, but they didn't die easy. I would love to continue investigating this room, but... so much better. Oh, there's beds and blood.
More beds are to the north, and pieces of the guards' armor are kind of similar to some of the Crystal Guardian armor you saw on the first floor, are laying in pieces on the bed, shattered, dented, straps cut, otherwise pillaged or rendered unusable.
It seemed like they were trying less to loot and more to make sure that nobody could raise arms against whatever is here.
Flix sort of floats to the middle of the room and closes his eyes and inhales deeply like Willem Dafoe in Boondock Saints and rolls investigation, because he doesn't need to look at things to know what happened.
24?
Yes.
Was it a firefight, Flix?
It was a firefight! Probably not, actually. It looks like a lot of claws were involved. It was a claw fight.
Flix, someone was ambushed here, probably around where Rain was standing, most likely from behind, judging by the blood splatter, Dexter. Their throat was probably cut with extreme violence, and judging by the second set of footprints on the floor leading towards the beds, someone else was busy rendering the armor useless. So there were multiple people here.
Multiple assailants, one very brutally cut throat. Where were you standing, Rain, as a matter of fact? Spooky. I don't know why they would take the corpse with them, though. Can I tell what direction the corpse was dragged to?
To the south.
So that southern door, not this one that's a little bit more to the west?
This one right here.
Right. Alright, well, I'm going to close this door.
That kind of scared me. That was a very loud follow-up bang.
I was very quiet, too. I was considerate. I didn't slam it or anything. It was very loud. Unreasonably loud, I think. Alright, well, the rest of you look around and do whatever it is that you're going to do before I continue monopolizing the scene.
Flix, the door to the south that you are currently close to is emanating a foul smell.
Oh. Who wants to take bets that it's a lavatory?
Does it smell like poops, or does it smell like decays?
It smells like decays.
Well, it could be a lavatory full of corpses. Why would you do that?
Bonsai, you open the lavatory. And tucked inside what may have been a place to shower is part of a banker. The upper part.
Any signs of where the lower part might have gone?
You can make me an investigation check.
Sure. Hang on, we're gonna ask for some guidance here. Oh, the guidance didn't trigger. Oops.
That's weird.
I might not have targeted myself with it.
Who did you concentrating Pokemon?
It's
weird. You should have. Yeah. Well, there it goes. Bonsai. This banker, obviously torn in half, was tossed in here and hit the wall opposite and slid to the floor. The other half must be where all that other blood to the south came from.
Yeah, whoever did this was not very respectful. They really could have cleaned up after themselves.
Well, shall we open this door or double doors? I
Right.
feel
Well,
like
did
we're
you-
showing up
did
late
you-
to a horror film.
This is why do they keep why are they keeping pieces? They're using blades, but it's as though parts of them are being devoured. It's bizarre, frankly.
Flix, since you can see the upper part of that banker, his throat has been cut, but he has also been torn in half. Wholly unnecessary.
Like torn in half, right?
Oh yeah, there is no clean cut in the middle like a samurai. Rain, you stand before the door to the south part of the room.
I actually, really quick, did somebody pat the pockets of the banker to make sure there were no keys or anything else useful? I missed that bit.
Well, does he have like a little lapel pocket? Because that's only his top half.
Right. Have you never worn a jacket? Jackets have pockets. They have pockets in the inside, they have pockets on the outside. There's even a little breast pocket for things like flowers and kerchiefs. Pockets everywhere.
Why don't you just keep the flowers on your person and then you don't need pockets to put them in?
I'm sure
Only-
that the tailors should have thought of that, but didn't.
There's only a small tattoo engraved on the top of the banker's wrist. It is similar to the tattoo of the banker on the previous floor, but not as intricate. Perhaps he is of lower status.
Why status?
Rain is going to investigate this door, Christina.
All right, Rain, make me an investigation check. 22. The large double doors appear to be locked, but on the other side you can hear something very large walking by, and it sounds like someone dropping a geode on the ground. Boom!
I thought you were going to say
Boom.
dropping a deuce, and I'm like, that's not
Dropping
that
a
loud
deuce.
most of the time.
No, a geode, like a rock.
Like little cracky, crumbly sounds, though.
Yeah, in fairness, when you start by saying dropping a blank, I don't think geode.
Dropping
Right, does
a
anyone think
geode.
geode? Everyone else was thinking deuce, too, right?
Well, boom! Boom!
Lex, is this what you heard in the other room? Outside the
Oh.
doors of the other room?
Yes, I couldn't believe that you couldn't hear it. It was a big stony boot prints, like some sort of golem or something.
Well, it's either another one over here or it's all goes the same area. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm a little bit aimless here. I'm not entirely sure what we're looking for other than the perpetrators, who seem to just be content to cause as much havoc as possible.
I thought we were just trying to find a moonblade and get out of here.
Well, I mean, there is that, I suppose. We could try to look for some documentation, perhaps. There was a desk back there. Maybe we can figure out where the moonblade is and just take that and leave.
Well, I mean, there might be innocents here that are being murdered by these interlopers. Shouldn't we, consider stopping that?
It seems equally likely that there's a bunch of non-innocents here murdering other people that are then being murdered by interlopers.
Anything going on here, we're going to be making an assumption as to what's going on, and I figure we'll figure it out as we go. But whomever was here certainly altered this ley line in the first place, which is not exactly kosher. Also, to your point, this doesn't feel like a fairy court, Flix. This feels entirely too formal.
Yes, this is nothing like a fairy court at all, which leads me to believe that we didn't arrive in a fairy court and that the fairy pathways were very likely subsumed by some other agency to make entry here.
Well,
Basically, we're in the
Bonsai-
middle of an elaborate heist.
Bonsai
Just a
assured
particularly
us
brutal one.
assured us that this was the destination that was intended through the portal. We arrived in the place we're supposed to. This was built over the top of the ley line on the ferry side of the court, so this is somebody's doing in the Feylands.
I mean, does this feel like the Feywild to you? It doesn't feel like the Feywild to me.
If I am being completely honest, I do know certain Fey who would like something like this, although they're universally distasteful.
I mean, this is all far too orderly, is my point. There's nothing fucking whimsical about this in the least. It's a bank, for Christ's sake. For the god's sake. Multiple, plural gods' sake.
Gods.
Well, let's see if we can at least get some bearings on where we might need to head or what we might be looking for.
Oh, were any of these weapons glowing or anything fancy about? Okay, bye.
I don't know. Look at them, Flix. You have eyes.
I can't see if they're glowing with magical potency, though.
Rain is going to look at the logbooks or documents or whatever these are on the desk to see if she can get any idea of like a directory or an inventory or anything like that from these documents to help us figure out what the fuck we're in, where we are in it, where things might be.
Rain, the book you're currently looking at is a logbook of the employees. Make me an investigation check. Rain, it details their comings and goings in the Bridgevault. You flip from back to front, and you notice most employees have stellar attendance. As you are flipping, the front of the book says, Bridgevault, employee logbook.
Does Bridgevault ring any bells to Rain or
Lakaris? Make me a history check with advantage. Wow. Well, at least you were on the right track with a bank, but not any bank you're familiar with.
Have you ever heard of Bridgevault? Or a Bridgevault, I suppose. It may not be a proper noun. Rain will start flipping through the other book as she
Do you mean
shouts
a bridge vault, as in one that doesn't have everything that it started with?
I don't know. It's a compound word.
It's made of two unique words put together to make another word.
I don't know if it's a proper noun or if it's a descriptor, like there are many bridge vaults, or if it is the bridge vault.
Rain, the second book has deposits and withdrawals on it.
Ooh, okay. Rain's gonna spend some time with this one, for sure.
Rain, make me a I'm sorry! Oh my god, I said history twice because I was reading it. I feel like I'm stroking out. Make me an investigation check. I didn't read the word that was on the teleprompter that time.
That's better. It's a lot better.
You said stroking out, and now I'm just thinking about the goddamn penis chicken nugget monster.
Many
God damn it.
vaguely fey and high elven names that you don't recognize, but you do recognize some of the name structure, is logged here. The bank appears to have the top floor, this middle floor, and kind of an overhanging floor that's between the two. Sorry, I'm trying to think of the layout real quick. As for the withdrawals and deposits, you notice that there are a lot of check marks where the employees would go through and ensure the magical locks that are on each of the unique vaults are properly handled and taken care of, so the person can put their stuff in and take it back out. And everybody has a different way of guarding their vault. And as you're looking, you notice that some have magical wards that you are actually familiar with. Things that would make a noise or alert when they open. a lot of the things that have been deposited here are magical items or things of great import. It is a bank, but it is a magical vault. And some of the things in here in this logbook are living things. Some of the magical... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
With your 18. Also, some of the magical wards in the Bridgevault are stasis wards, meant to keep the living things, from not dying, or progressing, or doing anything. Some are guards, and have to be pacified before entering the vault. But all these vaults are different. But they're all very high-profile items inside.
Do I get a sense of where the vaults are in this complex? Like, are they down or all around?
The most of the vaults are on the mid floor. You have to take the stairs to get there. The elevator behind you is only made for very high-profile things that they're not in that logbook.
Gotcha. So the elevator goes to the top floor. This is the bottom floor, and there's a middle floor that we have to get to somehow.
Mm-hmm. The elevator does not connect to the vault floor.
Do I see any reference to a Mercurial Lord, or do we know his name? We know his name. I don't remember it. No, offhand. We were told it at one point.
It is Mercurius.
Oh, that's it. Okay, Mercurius. Do I see any reference to him in this logbook at all, as to like what vault he has?
One moment. You don't see anything by that name, but you do see something that piques your interest. Something you've heard before. There is a Court of Butterflies entry. And you remember the Court of Butterflies having some sort of tie to the Mercurial Lord.
I know approximately, because we have the correspondence, we know when the trade would have happened for the Moonblade. I flip back to kind of that range of dates. Do I see a reference to a Moonblade or an ancestral sword of some kind being logged as being deposited?
You do, in fact. The representative from the Court of Butterflies deposited the Moonblade.
Cool.
But it happened far before this. I wouldn't say that far, but
it happened before the trade, or before this all happened?
Before the murdering. There are multiple entries, and they all stop at a date that is 2 weeks later than the depositing of the Moonblade. But you also see a withdrawal of the Moonblade shortly before this happens.
Oh, do I see who withdrew it?
Same entry, Court of Butterflies.
And what is the date? Where are we currently relative to the date that the entries stopped? Like, what is the current day?
It is about 6 weeks later.
Well, I have some bad news and some worse news. The bad news is the Moonblade was here, and it's not here anymore. It was withdrawn by the same people who deposited it. The worst news is all of these entries stopped like 6 weeks ago.
Wait, so whatever happened here happened 6 weeks ago? The blood doesn't seem that old, does it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It does not, actually.
I'm not sure exactly what that means. I mean, I do know that Fey realms time can be wibbly wobbly, timey wimey shenanigans, but does seem weird unless this bank was, I don't know, abandoned for some reason, and that's what exposed it to this heist. Or maybe it was in lockdown. I'm not sure. But I mean, I do know where the vaults are, and I suppose I know which vault had the Moonblade, but the Circle of Butterflies deposited it and withdrew it some number of weeks later. And that was about 2 months ago.
The Court of Butterflies? The Cirque what?
Yes, the Court of Butterflies. Whatever.
These things matter. You must be precise in your language.
Agree to disagree. So we can continue figuring out whatever's going on here. We can track down this Court of Butterflies, but I do not feel like we are going to find them here.
You don't think we're going to find any survivors?
Well, I don't think the Court of Butterflies are involved in this. Well, they might be involved from one way or another, but I don't think they're presently here with the Moonblade that we're after. I also don't think that this is where the Mercurial Lord is. I think this is... Well, it's clear that this is some kind of bank used by Light Fae, which, you know, just kind of goes to show you can't never trust the Light Fae.
So none of the things we came here for are actually here.
Well, it's sort of correct. I mean, we are in some Light Fae lands. I mean, this is the appropriate realm. Just because there's a bank here presently doesn't mean we're not in the right region. And just this is not the right place.
But in this particular establishment.
Correct. We need to leave this establishment. That is correct.
Seems clear.
I am not terribly inclined to fight our way through what seems to already be a lost vault of fairy knickknacks. I don't really think we're going to get much appreciation for that particular deed, and likely are going to face a lot of resistance, but I defer to what you all want to do. There's certainly a lot of interesting items on this logbook that, I don't know, could be worth liberating.
Riam looks at Rain and shrugs.
I mean, loot is loot, which is great as long as it furthers our ability to do what we need to do for Arctis, but I'm more concerned that, like, some of this blood is fresh, right? Something's going on here, and there might be people in need of help. We have our own things to do, but it just feels terrible to turn around and walk away.
Well, I don't know who these people are. I don't know, frankly, what the nature of this conflict that we've found ourselves in the middle of, what the nature of it is. I generally agree with you, but we have found no one remotely trustworthy. The one survivor we found upstairs is certainly hiding something from us and seems to be, by all accounts, in cahoots with whoever broke in here in the first place. Though she may not remember it.
Going back to the things that are here, maybe there's something we can acquire temporarily to use as leverage for whoever does have the Moonblade.
Well, we have all the leverage we need from you, Bonsai, but supposedly that is the trade that we are supposed to make. You have the branch. You do still have the branch, right? You didn't lose it. Rain eyes him very narrowly.
Who's him? I'm not sure, but I do have the branch, yes.
It's not Sai anymore. Bonsai is very responsible. Wait a minute, this place has vaults, right? Were the vaults all emptied? Perhaps we should get the things from the vaults.
That's what I was saying. There's the logbook. I have it right here in my hands. There's quite a few things that we could liberate if we felt so inclined. However, we would have to liberate each one individually. Each one has different protections in place. There are, and if you're interested in helping people, Flix, there are things kept here, like living things. They're being kept in various vaults.
Wait, like in stasis?
Some of them are in stasis, yes. Because light fairies are fucking weird and hypocrites, and they like to do all kinds of weird, creepy things, like imprison people and poke and prod at them and for great mirth. At least we just sacrifice them in blood rituals.
So the choice is continue along what we were actually trying to do, or go wander around in hopes that we find something valuable.
Well, yes, or we can try to get to the bottom of what's going on here. I think my biggest concern with that, though, is when the authorities show up, which feels like a when, not an if. We're going to be the ones who look like we perpetrated some amount of this. It's going to be very hard to sell that we were not involved and we just randomly showed up to this place that definitely should not have been accessible the way we came under ordinary circumstances.
Well, we definitely murdered those poor magic-sucking dick fetuses.
Yes, I'm not sure anybody's going to miss them particularly, though.
Do they have a police force or any sort of authorities that represent them?
I don't know. What if they had families?
You're
The
awfully
little-
argumentative today, aren't you, Flex?
I mean, it's a possibility. Isn't it?
No.
I'm sorry, are we talking about the dick fetuses, or are we talking about the fairies that are
No, I think
perpetrating
he's talking about the-
capitalism?
He's talking about the dick fetuses.
Oh, okay, yes. I mean, presumably they come from somewhere. I'm sure there's a mommy dick fetus and a daddy dick fetus. And
Right, what I'm saying
Oh,
is
unless
there-
they
is there
produce
any kind of, like-
asexually, which is very ironic. What were you saying, Adrian?
I don't suppose there's some kind of like dick fetus constable, is what I'm suggesting.
Oh, what if there was? He had a little constable hat, like one of the tall ones. This is an excellent idea.
Anyway, the point I'm getting at is those are not the authorities I'm worried about. I'm worried about the fairy authorities showing up and being all pissed off that somebody broke into their vault, and I'm sure whoever the perpetrators are, unless we can find them and stop them, are well prepared with a getaway plan, and we will be left holding the bag because as of present we do not really have such a getaway plan.
I think they're still here, is my point. Maybe we can catch the perpetrators perpetrating a trait. Get them.
Yes. I'm suggesting, do we actually want to do that? That runs the risk of us being caught but whenever the authorities show up, that's what I'm saying. If we're not able to do it in time.
Equally, I mean, you're presuming that the fairy authorities are going to show up. Has it been 6 weeks? Has it been a few hours? We don't know. Moreover, whatever they're here to steal that isn't the Moonblade is probably dangerous if they went to the lengths that they have to get it, and we should stop them just because it's the right thing to do. We can explain ourselves.
I don't really feel usually motivated by the right thing, if that's a factor.
I'm motivated. I was once almost entirely selfish and exposed to these idiots. Change that, so now you're stuck with it, and I want to do the right thing.
All right. So Felix votes for doing what he thinks the right thing is.
Right.
I
Which
vote
is-
against perpetrating light fairy capitalism. What say you, Drian? Bonsai?
What?
As ever, I
That
believe
is
I
an
am
unfair
legally
characterization.
required to agree with you. So whatever you want to do.
It's not fair. Rain doesn't just get 2 votes by default.
No, that's actually pretty much how it is. That's pretty much the terms of our agreement.
No, you're just
Drian,
supposed to
you
protect
don't have
Rain.
to agree with me. I want to be clear, but I do appreciate you agreeing with me out of hand.
Yeah, well, I mean, pick whatever reason. I'm agreeing with you.
The whole concept of ownership is silly.
My God, you're like a
Clearly,
rural voter.
So many people are going to die if we don't get the Moonblade and solve the bigger issues at hand. The world will come to an end.
You know that bonsai in the driveway, they've got like a "fuck Biden" sign hanging up.
God damn it.
A buck fighting.
Yep.
All right. Well, the anti-capitalists have it. That said, we do have to find a way out of here regardless. So, Felix, you might get your way anyway, depending on how this thing goes. But I do think we need to find some kind of an exit strategy to find where we actually need to go to find this court of butterflies. And that's what our primary focus should be.
Well, yes, obviously. What if the Court of Butterflies did do this? For reasons eldritch. Anyway, let's go kill the fuck out of that golem. Or we could fight terrible metal shard things. Somebody else can.
Actually, Christina, did I get a sense for where these stairs are supposed to be from looking through the directory and stuff?
Not from that vault book. It mostly tells you that the defenses were armed, disarmed, time, day, what was deposited.
Well, I can say this much. This is the ground floor. There is a second floor above us, which is where we came from, which is like the high secrecy area, apparently. Which is weird that none of the things in there seem to be touched. There is a middle level that is only accessible by some stairs somewhere. That's where all the other vaults are, the individual vaults. So I suspect that perhaps out these doors, it seems like a lobby to me, that might be the way out, where the stompy stomp is. And then I suspect that there are probably some stairs in either the west or the east wing. So, where would we like to go first?
And are we just trying to escape, or are we trying to liberate as many of these items from this unnatural vault first?
I think trying to liberate the items seems rather dicey. These are not things that somebody's just going to forget about and be like, oh snap, somebody raided the bank. Like, these are the types of things that people hold grudges over. I mean, we could certainly steal things in a pinch. I mean, Flix already has, but I don't think we should
Waves
make a
yellow
habit
sword.
of it. Also, every single vault, there's a lot of them, and every single one is going to have like different requirements for entry.
Yeah, just give me a side quest for every, high level item you guys pilfer. That's fine.
I am not concerned with liberating everybody's safety deposit boxes.
I kind of see why you all haven't actually saved Arctis up to this point.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of icy land to save, so it's complicated.
Yeah, that's actually exactly what I'm talking about.
Right, and also, it's a revolving roster.
No, the thing where you talk a lot.
Oh, how dare you.
All right, why don't we look outside these doors, see what it looks like. If we can find stairs, we can go at least check the vault level and see if we can catch our perpetrators in the act. I imagine there will be something we can do there. But otherwise, let's try to find a way out for now.
I mean, we can't just leave the way we came in.
Well, we are in the Light Fey lands. This is where we're supposed to be, Flix, just not this particular building.
I still think it's irrelevant. Do listen at the door, Bonsai. Make sure that you aren't immediately smushed by the gigantic golem that's wandering around.
Oh, I'm just waiting here to give you blessings before you go through the portal first.
Oh, well, that's reasonable. Flix theatrically places his ear against the door.
Flix, you can hear gravelly, stone-like heaving coming from the other side of the door. Whatever it is, it's close. And all you hear is...
Well, I'm not going that way. Sounds like a gigantic stony pervert, and I'll have nothing to do with it. Come on.
To be clear, there was a gigantic stony pervert over here as well.
Well, right, but I think it's the same pervert. And it's just over there now. Flix lays one ear back and flicks his other kitty cat up ear against the door.
Okay, make me another perception check. Whatever you hear that is breathing heavily and causing these heavy footsteps, is to your southwest. So probably this is connected.
Well, this is almost certainly the same hallway. Let's pop through, shall we?
Let's do it.
I don't remember checking this door for traps, but presumably somebody else did.
I did.
As you open the door and you look out into the hallway, you are greeted by the familiar sight of blood splatters on the green tile. Off to the southwest, standing over the lower part of the banker you saw previously, its stone-like hands covered in blood, is indeed a large golem. The golem appears to be entirely made out of green borean shards and thrums with necrotic magic. The innards of the green goblin banker that is laying on the ground twitch as the borean shard golem draws near, causing it to pay attention to the quivering mass of flesh on the ground. But the necrotic energy is not bringing it back to life, merely stimulating it. I'm going to need everybody to make me a stealth check.
Oh, we are not good at those.
Actually, hang on. Kind of seeing this, Rain is going to... cast... Let me just make sure I know which one to cast it to.
Christina, how tall are the ceilings here?
About 10 feet, so the borean shard golem's head scrapes the top of the ceiling.
Okay, let me see if I can do this. No. Rain is going to cast invisibility on everybody.
Ooh.
Let me cast it. Bonsai, can you move down one block for me, please? Like, so you're actually touching Rain. Thank you.
Everybody crowd in.
Did that work? Hey, the multi-select worked for the upcast.
Woo!
Wow. All right.
What did you cast?
I cast invisibility on everybody.
Oh, all right. Well, I had advantage then.
Yeah. I mean, you're also literally just invisible, but...
Oops, not sleight of hand stuff.
So, yeah, everybody make your stealth checks with advantage.
Yep, if you
I'm
rolled
even
stealth
30.
already.
Ha
Jesus, Flicks. If you rolled stealth already, just roll it again. If you didn't roll it twice. Oh, Bonsai.
My previous one was one higher.
Great. Drian?
What'd you say?
Stealth?
Yeah, I rolled. It was
With advantage?
Oh, I roll again with it. Sorry. Okay. Reroll.
Oh, please proceed. I'll be right back.
Shrouding you all in invisibility, your forms disappear. The golem does not seem to notice you, and continues looking down at the twitching pile of the latter half of the goblin. What do you do?
So over the bond. So if everybody stay close, we are looking for either a way out or stairs.
Rain, from what you see, the hallway has another smear of blood down at the end, and there is a doorway directly to the east. There's also one to the south. The borean shard golem that is looking over a body. There's a hallway that goes to the south near it, and you can see a door from your vantage point. And the hallway continues to the west.
Right, I'm going to go to the east away from the shard golem over there, just to see what's down this hallway.
We can't see each other, right? Because we're invisible.
That's why I'm calling
yeah.
out over the bond
Yeah.
of or the telepathic bond where I'm going. Oh, I found the stairs.
Rain,
right over here.
you find the stairs that go up to the vault floor.
Well, if we'd like to check on Flix's potential perpetrators, I suppose we can go this way.
Seems worth it since it seems safe.
Well, it does seem safer than trying to avoid giant crystalline golem that's radiating necrotic energy. All right, to the stairs.
Perpetrators
Be
and or survivors. Come on now.
be very, very careful, everyone. Flix, you probably should go first. If we're going to the vault level, I'm sure that's where all of the traps will be.
You do raise a valid point. All right, let me squeeze past.
You just like bonk off of people's heads because you can't see.
One moment, please.
Why would I not be able to see? Oh,
'Cause we're all
invisibility.
invisible.
I should fix that. I should get some sort of scene invisibility nonsense. The only one of us has any idea what's going on is Bonsai.
Oh yeah, Bonsai actually could see everybody because he has like the 10-foot blind
Yep.
sight.
Yep.
But still purposely bonks into everybody.
You just got to keep it, like, got to keep everybody real.
I just like to brush your cheeks with my branches.
Ouch! Why'd you poke me in the eye, Bonsai?
Oh, I thought you liked that. I was just trying to, make it
Nobody
juicier.
likes being stabbed in the eye.
I don't mind it.
That is patently untrue. I bet if I stabbed you in the eye, you would dislike it.
All right, one moment, please. As you ascend the stairs to the second floor of the vault, you get to the top and notice that the decor is a little bit more sparse, a little bit more professional. The doors are visibly banded metal now, in a very, very firm construction. There's a small couch that adorns this waiting room, but otherwise, a small placard on the door, right here, states that this is Bridgevault East.
All right. Here, Flix. Where are you at, Flix? Vote down here, please.
Yes.
Rain presses into your hands the logbook. Here, make sure you can use this to try and give you some idea of what each of these vaults might require to open for now.
Well, it's invisible, Rain. I can't read it.
But, like, you take it, and then you should be able to see it. Like, you can see your hands, right, now?
Is that how invisibility works? I thought with invisibility you were just
Actually,
invisible.
I don't know. I don't know if you can see, like, your own entity.
Because that
but
would be
whatever.
really horrible, because you don't know when you're not invisible. You're like, I'm invisible! But you're not. And then you
is it
get shanked,
invisible?
or
Is it Invisible Boy rules? from
everyone
Mystery
can
Men?
see that you're naked.
Oh god. So I feel like invisibility, you look down at yourself and you cannot see your own hands, you cannot see yourself. But also if you take something like off of your person, like say Rain puts her sword on the ground and then she takes her hands
then it
off of
becomes
it,
visible?
then it becomes visible.
All right, yeah, we'll do that then. I put the book down, and I'll sort of page through it. Bridgevault East. What's supposed to be in here?
There's a whole bunch of vaults. That's why I gave it to you. So you'll have to like figure out the individual vaults and.
Why would you give it? I'm really bad at this, Rain.
What do you mean you're great at disarming traps sometimes?
Whatever.
Flix, a
Is this- yeah,
significant
is this-
amount of currency passes through the East Bridge Vault. There are some notes of magical doodads, mostly wands that detect magical things. Presumably the owners making sure the magical items that they have are magical, or maybe they're not being fleeced. So maybe you could find a couple wands in here. But otherwise, it's a lot of currency, usually in bar form. People have been withdrawing it and placing it and utilizing it for, well, it doesn't say why, just how much comes and goes. And it is amounts that make your jaw drop.
Well,
But they're mostly currency and wands. Do we think this
Not
is
just
where the
currency,
perpetrators would be?
bullion, and all sorts of fantastic metals.
Yes, but do we think that that's what these, like, who would go to this much trouble for just piles of gold?
I mean,
There's gotta
a
be
lot
easier.
of people would, and it's not just gold; it's mithril, adamantine, all sorts of things.
There's gotta
Look.
be better banks to knock over than this
Then one
one.
full of magical artifacts and immense, mind-boggling wealth. Yes, I'm sure there are better banks to knock off if you're a criminal, right? Of course. Better is the thought of going to the place that's full of staggering, jaw-dropping amounts of currency.
That's extremely difficult to get into. Just for gold. There are easier ways to make piles of gold. There are easier
You have
banks
never
to
been
knock
a
over.
criminal, have you?
Okay, carry on. I'm just saying that perhaps this is not the wing of the vaults that we care about.
Oh, I agree with you. However, there is blood, a lot of blood right there, so they
Well,
clearly came
there's-
this direction.
That is
Or
true.
subverted the security systems, and the security systems went berserk. It seems to me that giant green golem was supposed to be a security apparatus that turned against the guards.
That does seem like a good idea. But okay, carry on, Flix, if you want to investigate through this door real quick, and we'll see if there's anything worth continuing, or I don't know, I suppose if there's a Bridgevault East, there's a Bridgevault West.
You know, actually, that's a good question. Flix, can I just make an investigation check to sort of flip through and get my best guess about which bridge vault we should be going to, if indeed a bridge vault at all?
What kind of items are you looking for in particular?
Exotics and rarities, the kind of thing that would really justify a heist of this that demands resources.
There
and
is a
manpower.
lot of currency here. I mean, that.
You're right. I'm not looking for currency. I'm looking for like things like the Moonblade, like artifacts, so on and so forth. Unless this really seems to be the most likely target.
Like individual objects that would justify trying to knock over and infiltrate and obliterate an interdimensional fucking bank.
There are notable items on here, but none that you believe would warrant a massacre of this level. They would either have to be very desperate or very powerful and desperate. But also they would need the means to remove the currency from here. But you already know the Bridgevault has enough magical wards on it to prevent people from teleporting in and teleporting out, to essentially make it a very secure place to store your goods. Whoever did this had to go significant lengths just to breach it, but significant lengths of cruelty for all of this murder? Unnecessary. Either something had to go extremely wrong, or something unexpected happened. So no. As for the items themselves, you can see that the wands that have been checked in, I mentioned a lot of them were magic detecting wands and globs upon globs of platinum. A couple curiosities, magical family heirloom swords, rapiers, but they're not they're not listed as rapier +2, right? It's just
Why
Aurelian
aren't they listed
family
as?
rapier.
Why aren't they listed
And-
as rapier +2? It seems as though
It's because they're
conveniently
rapiers
listing its magical attributes so that we know where to go would be very convenient of them.
There are entries for weapons of all types, but you cannot gauge their power level based on their the inventory alone. Just merely what they are. But there are weapons. Rapiers, swords, shields.
Well, do we want to pop open this door and see what's on the other side? I don't think this is a vault door. This is probably like the outer door to the vaults.
Right, some sort of waiting room where they bring a vault key for a particular. There's likely a hundreds, perhaps thousands of smaller sub-vaults. All right, let's have a look, shall we?
While he's doing that, Rain is going to investigate these blood smears, like what's going on here.
Rain, something has been carried from downstairs to upstairs and has been violently thrown against the door, possibly used to unlock it. However, the offending body part or piece is not here. But you can see the small trail coming from the stairs slowly materialize towards and on the door.
They're using. That's why they're ripping everybody apart. They want the runes on them to unlock bits and pieces of the vault security.
Of course, and that's why the raid is so violent, because they knew that to get through the security, they would have to kill the employees.
Well, let's take a look what's on here before we decide to continue further.
Out of character, I forgot, how do we get through the last one?
Through the last what?
Didn't we pass through a door that was, for lack of better words, magically, biometrically locked before?
Yeah, you puppeteered the banker with his runes.
Yeah.
Oh, right, but his runes went
And
gray.
then, yeah, and then they deactivated.
Fuck, that means that we need the top half of that banker that the golem has.
Assuming
if we
this
want to open this door.
Assuming this door relocked, we don't. Like,
That's true.
if they took it in with them,
Well,
it might
is there
just be mundane locked at this point.
You're right. Especially since the case that was holding the rapier that I picked up did not relock. Is the door trapped?
Make me an investigation check.
I did. I rolled a 20.
Flix, at one point, this door was most certainly trapped. Judging by the amount of runes carved into the metal on the door, there is some sort of intricate arcane lock, and the runes remind you of the ones upstairs that you used to puppeteer the dead banker on and deactivate. However, these runes have been deactivated, so the door is no longer trapped.
Well, it's not trapped. Let's see if it'll open at a touch. Ready?
Ready?
A hallway extends beyond as the door opens with a creak, and you see numerous vaults and storage space. 1 second.
We're all invisible. I figured it was safe too.
As you go in, Flix, immediately on, I would say, the game's left, but on the west wall, there are a bunch of small safe deposit boxes, each lockable with a key. 2 small stools sit in front of it, so the person who is managing their safe deposit box can sit on it comfortably while they go through their goods. The front of the boxes, many boxes, have been crudely popped open, the metal torn and the hinges bent. Not all of them, though. Further down in the hallway, in between safe deposit boxes, are larger vaults, like a medium-sized vault. Big safes with heavy locks. And there is a lot of blood on these safes, crudely smeared everywhere, messy hands fumbling with the big metal. More safe deposit boxes and more closed safes are to the south. Along the east wall, there is a single wooden banded door that has one of those small signs on it that lift up with the little nubbin. And a massive vault door is embedded into the east side of the wall or around the mid part of the room. It is currently closed.
All right. Well, there's the one vault there that on the west side that was opened. Lots of blood there.
Flix peers inside. Has it been completely cleared out?
It has been. There are bloody handprints everywhere. Whoever did this was not clean about it. There are massive hands. Presumably the fingerprints of someone ogre-sized, strong and meaty.
Well, whoever this was, they were fucking huge.
Christina, what does the door say here if you flip up the thing?
It says, comfort room.
Oh. Does it look like any blood trails into here?
With a 29? Yep. Small splatters of blood are under the door.
We might find somebody or something in here. Blood definitely goes under here. Does it look kind of fresh-ish?
It does.
Does the blood carry on down the hall as well?
There is blood
down
that
past-
goes under this door and down the hall.
Well, it's not hard to follow the trail of carnage. Just feel like we're really far behind. We haven't found anything yet. Do we want to open this door and see if somebody's inside?
Yes, although we should do it cautiously in the event they've got a crossbow trained on the door and they're praying for assistance.
I'm not confident at this point that there's any subtlety in the people who are perpetrating this crime, but
I was thinking more like a survivor, as unlikely as that seems based on the ridiculous abattoir-like carnage that we've encountered thus far. Dreon, you might want to step to one side or the other in case there is a crossbow or similar device pointed at the door. Flix will open the door with Mage Hand, and if it doesn't respond to that, then I'll try the Ring of Telekinesis.
keep in mind that's going to kill your invisibility.
It will.
Wait, why would it kill my invisibility?
Casting a spell.
Casting a spell.
Oh, right, never mind then. Now look, snacks.
Inside the room, it looks like this is a place for people who are visiting the vault to sit down and have a quick treat given to you by the bankers. A nice little coffee cart is tucked into a corner, and a small couch has a little book on it someone may have been reading while waiting to open their vault. Coffee cups, even a half-eaten sandwich, and fruits all sit on the table, looking very fresh and not molded over at all. There's a significant amount of liquid splashed upon the table, yet none of the coffee cups are turned over.
Well, whoever died here died quick.
What is going on?
Flix goes to the coffee and just touches the pot. Is it still warm?
Slightly. It's like
Like
room
it's been there
temp.
for several hours?
It's like room temp.
Okay. But the food looks relatively fresh, right?
It does. The apple is slightly brown. The one that's half eaten is brown in the center, so it's probably been out for a few hours.
All right. What do you make of the book, then?
I don't know. What do I make of the books?
Rain, you pick up the book and you flip through it. Rain, this book is blank. There's not a single word on the page. Rain, make me a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Is it a spell or magical effect?
It is.
Then I make it with advantage.
Rain, you feel like your eyes must be playing tricks on you. You blink and rub them for a moment and look, and no, there's words on the page. They're very generic, kind of in a random order, like it was written by ChatGPT, but worse. It doesn't make any sense.
Do I get the impression that this is some kind of a cipher or like other kind of like arcane anti-tampering device?
The 23, you have a feeling that there was some sort of arcane lock or arcane cipher on the book, but now that the magics of this area have gone a little weird, it seems to have a permanent effect at this low level. The words on the book have been scrambled. It maybe was a diary at one point.
This book seems to be, well, it's broken. It's a weird thing to say.
How do you
Yeah,
break
how can
a
I-
book?
Exactly.
Well, trying to prevent other people from reading it, and then the magic breaks and it jumbles everything up.
Oh, is there a way to fix it?
Not easily. I think it's somewhat permanent. I probably could piece it back together with some time.
Drion, make me a perception check.
Drion actually stepping away for the night. He's feeling rough.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Bonsai, make me a perception check.
You just want the worst perceivers to do this?
I do. Rain and Flix are looking at other things.
9.
Bonsai, there's an absolute mess on the table. Why would somebody leave good fruit out like that?
Probably just preparing some good soil for new future plants.
Rain, the arcane lock that locked this diary has been irrevocably effed. Presumably, you're trying to piece it together, possibly by the malfunction in the ley line magic. You can still sense its fluctuations everywhere within the bank.
If there's anything worth doing here, it would be trying to set some of these, well, set the ley lines correct where it's been tampered with blood magic, but I'm kind of cautious about just doing that as we go. I don't want to turn all of the protections back on and then we're trapped in here.
And sorry for not asking before, Rain, but does your teleportation magic work? Like, could we just leave that way?
I suspect that with the current state of this vault, I could plane shift us back to Maginox or Auralia, I suppose, is where we came from. I could get us back there, but once we turn all the wards back on, I don't think so. Another reason why we'd want to get out of here. I don't like being caught in what is essentially one giant trap. Especially one that is erratic and malfunctioning. Well, come on. If we're going to continue to investigate, we should continue to investigate, or we should find a way out. This is not the way out. But I also don't feel like we're getting any closer to our perpetrators.
Does it look like I could crack one of these safes? These little smaller bolts?
You can certainly try.
Bonsai, shine a little light on me. Would you be so good?
Bonsai, you become invisible.
Oh, that's not
right.
the light I was thinking about.
Nope. That was perfect. Thank you. Well done.
Rain is, you can't see it, but you can feel Rain face palming.
If I don't see it, I don't have to react to it. All right.
It is a considerable amount of magic to make you invisible. You know how this works. This is not the first time.
Rain, you know it's also a considerable amount of magic that makes me visible. And now it's channeling to help Flix.
I'm
Right,
so
see?
glad. Now you're bait. So if anything smashes you, that's on you.
Flix, make me a sleight of hand check.
Netflix cracks his knuckles and flips a little kitty ear up against the vault and listens, and it does it have like a little turny dial thing?
It does. It goes,
I require absolute silence.
With that guidance, luckily enough, you pop that thing open with a very satisfying. Flicks, roll me a 1d20. And then roll me a 1d100 after that.
$13 and $30.
All right. One moment. Let's see what's in this vault.
Hopefully not a tiny face-eating monster. That would be an ideal situation to not have that in a vault for no reason. But anything's possible.
Flix, you find a grip of gold inside a small steel box. About 500 gold tucked away in the pouch. I will put it down for you. But you also find, tucked away, a beautiful golden necklace. It has an emblem of a shield on it. One moment. I will make it visible in just a second.
Oh, it looks cool.
You get a poke in the back of your head.
All right, Flix, you find
Trying to give you something.
the shield engraved brooch and 500 gold.
Well, this is interesting.
If you need to be invisible again, Bonsai, take that. You see a little potion floating in front of you.
Oh, well, appreciate it. Do I need to be invisible?
Well, you might need to be, but maybe play it by ear now. You're certainly going to need to be if we don't want to fight that giant crystal golem downstairs to get out.
Flix, do you
Flix
take those
will-
items?
Yeah, why not?
Well, go ahead and you can double click them and pick them up.
Oh, sweet. Toot, 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 toot. Tink. Oh god, not 752. Tink. I right click these items and send them to camp.
Flix, there's another door down here. I don't know that we want to continue. Wait, what is actually to the left? This doesn't look like a wall, Christina?
There was a series of 5 pull-out drawers on the west wall that are more safe deposit boxes, smaller storage things, each of them engraved with arcane runes of shielding. But all of these drawers have been just smashed by something big and sharp.
Whatever this is, I don't get the impression it gives much of a shit about arcane wards going off in its face. This is not subtle.
I suspect that they were making use of the security apparatus to precede them and to just tear things open. That's why, if any of these vaults were resistant to damage, well, they didn't bother with them. They only bothered with the things that they could tear open with brute force.
Does the blood continue to go under this door?
But, you know, while we're here,
It does.
would you mind, Bonsai?
Arctis never minds, but where are you? Oh, I see you.
Nix, could you stop looting for... Did you want to help people here or not? This was your idea. All
do.
you're doing is trying to loot everything. I can't help but feel like your altruism was a little misleading.
That, frankly, I'm offended, he says as he finishes, presumably, unlocking the vault.
Flix again with a... one moment. All right, a 1D. I get to flip a coin. Okay, odds or evens. Flix, as you touch this vault, you feel a surge of erratic arcane energy. It's somewhat familiar and unfortunately kind of makes you feel like you did when you were around the slow, and the magic that creates your being lurches violently, and you feel yourself age. Oh no, this cat form, this cat thought, is becoming a cat memory. You've aged 2 years. Couple of gray hairs sprout on your head.
What? Not nonsense. I'm immortal. I don't get gray. Oh, I have 2 gray hairs. That's ridiculous. And there's 2 of them.
You feel you have 2 gray hairs. It's even worse. Like you just know they're
I
there.
just
'cause you
know
cannot
that they're
see them.
there. Oh, couldn't I get a rakish streak of white instead?
No, just 2 gray hairs and they stick out at a really awkward angle.
And you have like a little bit of hair coming out of your ears now.
I
Maybe
do
like
not.
one-
You know,
one
you
in
don't
your
get to
nose.
make shit up, Rain. I definitely don't have any hair coming out of my ears or nose. Thank you. How dare you? What's in the vault?
Serves you right, Flix.
Well, you're definitely not getting any of this treasure now.
Flix, roll me a 1d100.
You don't need the d20?
I will in a second.
Okay. 57.
57. This vault has 700 gold in it, and roll me a d100.
38.
38.
I feel like this is very close to what I rolled last time.
It is.
I rolled a 30.
Okay. Inside this larger vault, Flix, is a suit of plate mail that probably belonged to someone important. It is etched with a royal crest, a sun, an ancient Auralian symbol blazoned across the chest, and its filigree work is extremely intricate. And next to it, a shining shield emblazoned with pearl and gold. One moment, please. The armor looks long, rusted, but the shield is shimmering, looking almost brand new. 1 second.
Now, why would you put rusty armor in a vault? I got excited when I saw this. I thought we just slap it on Drion and see what happens. We should do that anyway.
Maybe you should shoot it out of your quiver, Flix.
The armor?
Shoot
Yes.
the armor out.
I mean, the quiver does act as a bag of holding, right?
It's more like a quiver of Alana. It has similar properties, but it's not as like robust.
There you go, Flix. The pearlescent shield inlaid with gold, and the 700 gold, and the suit of plate. And probably has more sentimental than physical value.
It's weird. It says only 100 gold. Is that because it got auto-shared?
Oh, why is it splitting currency 7 ways? Hold on.
Oh no! Are the Kamos fucks getting our gold?
Probably.
No!
They definitely got some gold from the last one, by the way. I just
didn't
love
even
that they
see if
wake
you
up to
split it.
more and more gold every time we play.
Give me a second. Sharing
Oh yeah, I
settings.
do see you picked up 72 gold in the previous
Should only
one.
be with active players. Oh, it says split only. Okay, never mind. Update. Okay.
Alright, so I'll close
Try
this
now.
and then reopen.
Yeah.
It says 234 gold now.
Because there's, 4 people in your party?
Yes, but do the others actually deserve any of this gold? Debatable. Debatable.
I mean, my gold didn't go up when you picked it up, so.
Well, Drion could use some plate, couldn't he?
I think he has some magical armor already, but I don't know. Maybe.
Well, I should be able to shove this into my bag of holding, probably.
Okay, well, you are certainly welcome to do so. Are you quite finished ransacking the place now?
Well, no, there's the really big vault. I want to see if... Look, it's a point of professional pride. These idiots came through like a wrecking ball and fucked everything up. Whereas I'm heisting this place properly. In addition to looking for survivors and trying to help and everything, I'm just... Look, there are certain things that I feel compelled to do, Rain. We're in a bank. How could I not try to open the vaults? I need this.
We could
His little
get back-
ears lay back, but you can't see it because he's invisible.
Flix, we are neither getting close to helping anybody, nor finding the perpetrators who are doing any of this, nor our original goal of actually trying to save the fucking world.
Well, you say that, but, I mean, this is a pretty swell shield. I like it.
That's lovely for you. I'm so happy you got a shield.
Me too.
We have
pretty great.
piles of fucking loot, Flix.
All right,
I mean,
well.
That
Literally,
shield's
there's
pretty
an
good.
entire floor of our tower filled with our spoils already.
Well, I like this one.
And you already stole a rapier upstairs.
Right,
Although,
I can
admittedly,
wield
I
a
thought that was
rapier.
amusing.
I can wield a rapier and a shield. I do that sometimes, you know.
All right, Flix, do whatever it is you're going to do.
I mean, really, what's wasting all the time is you complaining about it. We'd already be on our way if you weren't.
I had not been complaining about it until just now, and we wasted so much time.
Well,
So
why don't we
much
just
time.
check out the really large vault?
You say that like it's a trivial thing. These things are perfectly customized.
I think you underestimate my skills, right?
I gave you the book to tell you how to open it, so why don't you look?
Oh, well, that's hardly a test of my capabilities.
Ah, Flix. I actually, for just the briefest glimmer of a moment, thought that you might actually have some amount of altruism in what you wanted to do here. And here I
can
was.
combine greed and
completely bamboozled.
altruism, Rain! Why are you going the wrong direction?
Because I'm leaving. I'm going back downstairs to find another fucking way out of here while you loot everything.
Well, there's another door here that we haven't even checked out.
Yes, and it's just going to go to more vaults for you to loot. By the time we get to anything that would even begin to hint that there's a perpetrator, everything will be long gone, and the authorities will be here to arrest us.
Drayon's
And
invisible.
they would be right to do so.
Flix examines the large vault. Are there instructions in the book on how to open it?
It does not list exactly how to open it, just that it was opened and that it was disarmed and that it was rearmed.
And this is where the Moonblade was?
No, it is not.
Oh. Do I get advantage on this attempt to safe crack it?
No, you do not.
Oh.
The massive, twisty lock lies before you, and a rune sits in the center, intricately carved, magical in nature.
This one will certainly require a key. I'll probably burn my face off trying to crack it the other way. All right, fine. Rain, maybe there's not more vaults here. Maybe there's something else. Rain?
There's
Alright.
certainly something else, Flix.
Rain, you're not
There's always
even
something
close
else.
to in the same room.
No,
We
we're
have
talking over the bond.
telepathic bond.
Oh, you motherfuckers.
That's what we've been doing this whole time.
Yeah.
Rain goes downstairs. Right, fuck it. Rain goes back downstairs.
All right, fine. Suit yourself. I'm going to see what's happening here. We're going to split the party. Terrible things are going to happen.
That's fine. But this, look, what happens to Flix.
How
Bonsai,
dare
do you go back downstairs?
mean, come on,
Bonsai stays at
Bonsai.
the top of the stairs and waits.
I don't know how we're
Um,
going to find Rain, because Rain is invisible and being persnickety.
You could just ask.
Where are you, Rain?
I can see her right there. She's right next to you.
Points.
I guess sense is a better word.
No, Rain has gone down the
right.
stairs. Fuck you all.
Bonsai
Really?
falls.
Rain hates it when we do things that Rain doesn't want to do.
I conceded to do the thing you wanted to do, even though you were outvoted, and then all you chose to do was loot everything.
I
Flix.
took 2 moments to loot 2 things.
You did not take 2 moments. You literally took the time to crack sealed safes, Flix.
Right,
That's
which
not
I
a
did very
moment.
quickly because I have immense skills.
Oh my god.
You descend the stairs away from the upper vault room in the temptation of the largest vault up there. Oh, Flix, that vault was huge. It probably had billions of gold behind it. You're not tempted at all?
I am exceptionally tempted. However, I suffer from a significant problem in that I require magical support to do it, and right now my magical support is fucking pouting. So, we'll never know.
Your magical support is also keeping your ass invisible. Anything
Well-
I would do would break your fucking invisibility. So,
But you have a problem. Bonsai is visible.
yeah, well,
Bonsai's
I
got an
gave him a
invisibility
problem.
potion.
Raid is barking at the DM now. Well, I fixed that already. He can make himself invisible again if he chooses.
Does he want to?
I hate using potions. Yeah, Bonsai uncorks it and pours it on their feet.
Alright, Bonsai, target yourself and use that potion.
I love the dedication that
I
they
know you
have.
hate it so much, but eventually you're going to have to use a consumable.
No.
No!
It's only because it rains.
I love how
There's a
upset you are.
checkbox that says I don't have to consume it.
Consume it!
Good, great. I'm glad everybody's invisible again. Perfect.
Alright.
Did that unknot your loincloth?
You creep through the jade-tiled and blood-splattered area and still see the Borean shard golem staring curiously at the quivering entrails of half the banker.
It's the bottom half, right?
Yes.
Lex, do you think you can, like, toss a rock or something down the hallway and maybe distract it so we can slip behind it?
I mean, I can do that, but I'll become visible.
Not if you toss a rock. As long as you don't attack the thing.
Oh, you
Yeah.
mean actually just throw a fucking rock and not do something clever and amazing using magic?
Yes, I'm talking about doing something that's not going to break your already clever and amazing invisibility magic.
Fine. Flix, with his mighty strength of 8 and no athletics proficiency, is going to take one of his 1,000 ball bearings, or a handful of his 1,000 ball bearings, and hurl them down the hallway.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Not like 1,000, just 4 or 5, enough to make noise and scatter about and whatnot.
Plink.
Now,
What
if I
is
were
this,
using
Plink?
magic, I would definitely throw all 1,000.
They make a very loud noise on the tile as they are metal ball bearings. They go plink, 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 plink. The golem looks up and begins to stomp off this way.
Oh, well, that went better than expected.
The golem stares down the hall. It didn't go very far. Flix's throw kind of made the balls ricochet off the wall like, you know in Mario Kart when you're playing like the weird level, but you gotta like get the green shell and like angle it into your dude's balloons? Yeah.
Instead of throwing properly, Flix tried to do something fancy and like sidearm it and fucked up the throw, and it ended up bouncing back and forth across the hallway instead of getting any actual decent distance.
Blink, 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 blink. You just hear them rolling down the hallway.
Anything interesting on the banker bits?
Flix, as you dig through banker bits, Rain and Bonsai are peering around the corner to the south, just in time to see the tail end of a golden ram with golden wings walk down the hallway. Chum, chum.
That seems like a reasonable thing to exist in a bank.
That looks like something I could ride.
You know, through the bond, I think maybe that first room full of the shards was some sort of security room, and we probably should access it. Maybe we can disable all these golems and whatnot.
Well, I mean, we did disable some of the... Well, we fixed some of the things in that first room. But that first room where we came in, you mean?
The one that was full of the terrifying shards and the other rune, the blood rune.
Yes, that was the secure vault. That was the thing that is not kept in the logbook goes... The things that are not kept in the logbook go there.
Where the eyeballs are.
Oh, that one. Oh, so I thought you
Yes.
meant the first room we came into.
No.
Oh, I mean, perhaps. I don't know.
Alright, well, Flicks, like, through the bond, like, makes a sound of distaste. He's gingerly picking through the, Oh. Alright, well, that should come in handy.
Flicks a wand tumbles out of the guard's pockets.
Flicks nimbly catches it before it clatters to the floor, thus attracting the attention of the Borean shard golem.
Rain, as Flicks loots, you and Bonsai have entered the bank's mailroom, which is... Yes, Flicks?
I feel compelled to point out that I'm not merely looting. I'm looking for keys and identification and clues. It's not pure bloody avarice.
Well, we're not there, so you don't have to justify your actions.
No, it's too late. I already did.
Another banker, dressed in a similar jade green uniform, has been brutally murdered and left to die on the top of the stairs, near a pile of assorted paper trash. Letters that would have gone rolling down this conveyor belt to the bank, and to be sorted later, remain unopened and sealed. And other packages, goods meant to be sealed away by the bankers, have been left to collect dust.
Rain is going to go to the most boring thing, and I'm sure what is a room full of loot, and look at what seems to be records and documents here, and see if they can discern anything from these.
One moment. Rain, as you look down at these various sheafs of paper, their words are all a jumble again, but at least they're visible. But as you're looking more at it, the words begin to move again. But this time the entire paper moves with it as it lurches and begins to fold itself like origami into a shape of a little paper man. It's very small, kind of cute. As the little paper golem makes a small man shape and waves at Rain. Other sheafs of paper begin to free themselves from the surrounding mail slots, similarly enchanted. But some of them do not take the form of a paper man and remain as sheafs of paper floating about.
Where did you all go?
Oh, Bonsai closed the door. We're down south. There's a pair of double doors on the east side at the end of the hallway before it turns.
Oh. Where that golden ram thing is?
I mean, it was at the end of the hallway. It was right before the golden ram thing. And that thing went down the hallway. Yep, see, there you go. Nailed it. Rain is going to, step out of these swirling, angry paper golem things, since she is still invisible.
The paper golem man looks around, seeing nothing, but he swears he was just red. Rain, did you leave him on red?
Apparently, yep. Mm-hmm.
You know what, Jim? Take an inspiration.
Thanks.
Looks like more horrifying grisly awful is in here.
More sheafs of paper begin to appear and float about in the mailroom. Flicks? Make me an investigation check, please.
I rolled a 23.
Very good. Flicks, you find another wand of magic detection. Seems like these particular record keepers also detect if certain items are magical or not. 1 second. Just to make sure the goods aren't, counterfeit. She has a small set of keys on her.
Oh, there we go. That's the juice.
The ring has 1 second. Three keys on it.
All my old notes are gone. Must have been a Foundry update. That
Oh, no.
is terribly inconvenient.
I'll see if
Well.
they were back saved to D&D Beyond later.
That'd be wonderful. Small ring of record keeper keys.
3 keys.
All right. So you, Rain, what are you doing? Raining it up over there, doing rain things.
I assume more trails of blood go towards all of the doors. It feels like every door has a trail of blood that leads to it.
It does, as more carnage has been left in the wake.
Okay. Well, I don't know. This place is like a damn maze. I would like to leave the maze now. I'm unamused by the maze.
You're unamazed?
Yes. Also that. Oh, wait. Did I click? I meant to
You
hold
did.
that. Did I open that?
But Rain, you notice that
Definitely
the
wasn't
door that's leading out of the mailroom swings open on busted hinges. Something or someone has broken this door down, rendering its lock useless.
Oh, well, okay. Oh, there's a trail that clearly goes into this other room here.
There appear to be drag marks of blood that go into a different room.
Although I'm not entirely sure how this is different from literally any other door in this place. Something has been rampaging around here for quite some time. Everything looks fresh, but I don't think it really is.
Well, it could be an illusion. What if this whole thing is an illusion, actually?
It's a rather boring illusion for a fairy, but I mean, perhaps. He is a light fae, after all, and they're not really gifted with an overabundance of imagination.
Dare you?
Ray's going to investigate
The
this door.
only
Is
thing
it
the
similarly
unseelie are
busted?
imaginative about are how to strippy strap their bondage gear.
We are quite good at that, actually. That's
It's true. It
talent.
does rather recommend the Shadow Core, doesn't it?
I was like, yeah, what's that? Is that a dig? That sounded like a compliment.
It's just one thing, though.
Rain, as you reach out to the door to investigate it, you all hear a loud bang. Just boom! And you hear the green Borean shard golem make a roar. And then you hear it again. Bang! And it makes a low rumble in its throat. You can hear it from here.
Where's Dreon?
Oh no, Dreon! Wait, is it?
I'm kidding.
just
I presume that
we're
Dreon is
hearing?
following us, and we are not.
think it's
Dreon is
fighting
following.
something.
Dreon is following you. I just I can't have him on the map because the stream will like try and track him, and it makes the map really small since he's like way off and fuck all.
Rain is going to crack this door open, and well, Rain's invisible, so we're gonna creep out.
What are you coming?
Is it fighting something?
I don't know, but I'm desperately curious.
Oh god! What was that sound?
I thought I
that
sensed
sounded-
you go the other way.
What do you mean? What other way?
The open door. Well,
Yeah,
the door that was opened.
Where's the? Oh, there it is. What's it
I will
smashing?
pause it real quick. As you round the corner, invisible, of course, all of you.
If Lex is still hiding behind the pillar, old habits die hard.
You see the Borean shard golem, its fists raised to the double doors, and it gives a and it rears back and pounds on the door. Boom! And it causes the entirety of the floor to shake, and you hear a terrified squeal from the other side of the door.
Oh, there might be somebody in there.
Hmm.
We gotta get there.
We do.
Boom!
If only we could move, but we are stuck in time.
You're stuck in
Watching
time.
a train wreck
Trapped
in slow
in
motion.
time. Lost in space.
Boom! Again, you hear as the shard golem slams his fists into the door.
Isn't it the silly young lady that we told to stay fucking put?
Oh no!
It is. She holds the door shut, looking around desperately for something of the guard to perhaps wrap around the doorknob so the Borean shard golem doesn't come in. Oh, no, 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 no. She appears to be terrified and fumbles with the belt. She tries to wrap it around the doorknobs.
Didn't we literally like handcuff her to the desk?
I don't think we did.
We did?
No.
Rain comes up kind of like behind, but with like enough distance that she doesn't just whirl around. Dear, that's not going to work. It is rather large. You should turn around and come immediately to this other room that's open.
What? Where? Oh my god.
Just
Boom!
no, give that up. Keep walking to the open door over
Yeah,
here.
yeah. So run to the east. Keep going. Hurry now.
Where are you?
Bonsai does not give her the aura, by the way.
Okay.
She stays terrified.
Rain's gonna go over here and close this door.
She
For
dives into the bathroom.
Wait, no, I'm still outside. God damn it, Ren.
What?
I'm still
What the fuck?
I'm still in the room the golem is about to enter imminently.
I didn't close that door. I closed the other door. On the other side.
There's a smashing sound as the Borean shard golem charges through the door, shattering it. And the door, I am actually going to remove the door. It no longer exists.
All right. Well, she's hiding in the bathroom now, so great success.
She's terrified and in the bathroom. You can hear her whimpering.
We did tell you to stay put.
I didn't know what was out there. What is that?
Horrifying things. I assume that if you had your memory, you would remember exactly what that thing was, and you probably had coffee during breaks or something.
Oh.
We don't have any scrolls of restoration or anything like that. I'm very curious about what she could remember.
Well, actually... Actually, hang on. I'm gonna come in. Please don't freak out. I am invisible, but... You know me. You heard my voice before. You know who I am.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you in the bathroom?
Well, yeah, just open the door. Yes.
Sorry
I'm
for the
invisible.
smell. It wasn't me. Just to be clear.
Oh no, I think it's the half of somebody's friend over there.
What's going on? Ah! She looks over at the remains of the banker, claps a hand over her mouth.
It's critically important that you try to remain calm, or at the very least, try to be more quiet, unless you want that thing to come and murder you in here. Now, I kind of didn't want to have to do this, but sit down for a moment. Let me look at you. Rain is going to try and get a sense of what kind of magic did this, because I think Rain probably has some familiarity with magic that removes memories, but even though she does not have any that she has learned herself, and try to ascertain, I believe, a sufficiently powerful dispel magic should probably get rid of most things if it's actually a spell in nature. So that is what Rain is going to try and figure out.
Okay. Rain, with that Arcana check, you can tell that she is not the origin point of the spell. If you cast a spell magic on her, nothing would happen, because she is somewhere else.
Like she's an astral projection type situation?
Something like that. You notice that as you're reading her arcane signature, that the threads that would bind her to the material plane are entirely gone. And as you look closer at it, it gets more confusing, as she appears to be made of part spiritual essence and a significant amount of illusion, but you have touched her and she has felt 100% real.
Oh dear, you are all manner of fucked up. You really don't remember anything, because this is not something that just accidentally happens to you.
She has been put here, but without the part of her memory of this place.
Oh. And I can't trace, like, where the strands for her go, right? They're
being blocked by the erratic nature of the wards. But if you somehow stabilize the magic, you could absolutely find the origin point.
I could also just try and push her back to where she belongs, but that's kind of expensive.
Also an option.
It doesn't really get us any answers either.
Also true.
I am very intrigued by the mystery of this place, but honestly, you have to be very careful. I don't think you belong here. And even if you did belong here, I don't think any of the things that are trying to keep people out who don't belong here would recognize you.
She swallows hard and continues to look terrified. What should
that's
I
the
do?
appropriate response.
I don't want to... You can't leave me here alone.
Well,
With things like that running around, surely I'm safer with you all.
well, you were safer upstairs, if I'm being frank with you. That was the safest place in this whole place.
It reeked of blood, and everything just reeks of blood.
I don't know if you've noticed, but everything reeks of blood around here. Somebody came through and rampaged. Probably your employers or somebody who sent you here.
I just
Or
I just
you did
wanted
it
to
and
get
you
away
just can't
from the
remember.
smell.
Also that, it could have been you.
What?
Well, you don't remember who you are. You're suffering from some sort of magical backlash. You could have been the one that ran through this place slitting throats and using people's body parts to open doors. We have no way of knowing.
That's
Rain, point of
horrible.
order, Rain did notice that the rune was like self-inflicted or something like that last time. Like they vaguely
Yeah,
remember that
yes.
was a clue that Rain got.
yes.
In fact, it's entirely likely, unfortunately. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I think you're one of the bad guys.
She looks around as she cannot see any of you right now.
Actually, one moment, Flix. Do you... If I say the Court of Butterflies, does that ring any bells in your otherwise vacant noggin?
She stares ahead blankly, her mouth agape. She looks frozen, like Mitch McConnell giving a speech.
Like her brain, like fried a little
Just
bit on trying to recall?
Just seized up.
Flicks spittle flying from his mouth viciously. Age limits for Congress, for fuck's sake!
And she kind of blinks and twitches slightly and looks around and looks up.
Oh,
and
I think I
she
broke
said,
her.
Wait, you can't leave me here. I just wanted to get away from the smell of blood.
Court of Butterflies. Does she short circuit again?
She actually cries out now in pain as she holds her head.
Oh dear.
Maybe you should stop doing that. Got a 26 on my insight check.
Flicks, you incite that she is in great pain as she is digging her fingernails into her scalp and skull.
Yasreen, you should stop doing that immediately.
Well, I had to try it a second time just to make sure that it wasn't a fluke.
Well, it seems to be hurting her quite badly.
Well, again, the blood magic rune on her forehead was self-inflicted. So I only have so much empathy.
Well, perhaps somebody puppeteered her.
That's entirely possible. It's also very, very possible that the opposite is true. Either way, there's some attachment to her and the individuals we are somewhat pursuing for the item we're looking for. And I suppose we are not going to learn where it is located without restoring her memories, and we just have to hope that she doesn't fuck us over when we do. Actually, I have an idea.
She dabs at her nose, which is bleeding. Smell blood.
Okay, here's what's going to happen. Assuming Flix and Bonsai, you consent, of course. We are going to figure out how to undo all these stupid runes that are causing everything to be fucked in here. You can come with us, or you can stay here. If you come with us, though, you are going to wear these. And Rain produces her dimensional shackles that she's been carrying around.
What the fuck?
I mean, you don't leave behind dimensional shackles when you find them.
Fuck no.
Link your dimensional shackles in the chat.
I don't even
Oh.
remember where these came. It had to have been House Hamaki or something.
I think it was probably Hamaki.
Yeah.
Has to have been.
Actually, I think it was from the fight with her.
It also might have been House Vicadus. It's really like either one is very likely. If you come with us, you need to wear these, because once I restore your memories, I cannot take the risk that you are not some homicidal blood mage who's going to immediately try to murder us, if you understand. I don't mean any disrespect, although I do not trust you in the slightest. The real you. The you with memories. You just seem kind of sad and pathetic, if I'm being honest.
She sniffles and at least gets to her feet and goes to the sink and looks at herself in the mirror. All right. She nods. Just get me out of here.
Very good. We will definitely do our best, because we also want to get out of here. This is not where we want to be. Well, here you go. Put them on.
She puts the manacles over her wrists and gives them a test, frowns.
At the very least, this should keep you from the other you, once we restore your memories, from going entirely homicidal on us.
Flix, make me a perception or a sleight of hand check. Whatever is better.
Okay, I think sleight of hand is better, yes. 13.
Oh boy.
The way she kind of eyes and jiggles the shackles, this isn't the first time she's been in handcuffs. And her brow furrows as she has a sense of familiarity. The body remembers, but the mind doesn't seem to.
I will frisk her to make sure she doesn't have any picks.
You frisk her?
Yeah, a moment. I need to make sure that you can't unlock these.
Hey! She just kind of whirls around in, like, to bap you on the head. But she can't see you, so she just whirls. Her fists fly in the air. No touching!
Well, look, you want to be safe, right? We want to be safe. Which means that you will consent to a basic frisking, so I can be sure you don't have lockpicks that you're going to use to squirm out of these at your earliest opportunity.
Has some invisible man touch me? No. She can do it.
Flex, I think it's fine. For what it's worth, there is no actual way to pick these shackles. They don't work that way.
Oh.
They're magically sealed once they're applied. You can only try to break out of them. And even then, it's very difficult. So, I think we're quite safe at the moment, insofar as we can be. Alright, let's go find these fucking runes, I suppose. I suppose we should start with your whirling room of death, Flix.
The room of death. I don't want to go in there, actually, to be perfectly honest. It looks awful.
Do you want to get to the bottom of what's going on here or not?
I very much do. I do not want to fight strange, medley shard swarms. I have no idea how to deal with them.
Do you want to find the circle of flutterbys?
The what?
You know exactly
A kid,
what
I know,
said.
I'm joking. I do, actually, very much so.
Well, then that's where we have to go, or where we have to start. We've sealed all the other runes that we've found so far. I think we found 2, right? We found one in this big room and then one in the room upstairs. And disarmed them.
Yep.
So, I think that's where we found the next room. We should go there, and we should pray that no authorities decide to descend upon us once all of the wars are back in place.
I mean, honestly, I would welcome some authorities at this point.
Oh, Bonsai, where are you going? The other way.
Making my way downtown.
Well, the other way sounds like where the monster was. Why don't we skirt around the monster?
Well, we have to get past the monster to get to the door, but we're invisible.
If this house is symmetrical, which, of course, it's a house of beauty, it would be, there should be another door to get in on the other side.
Actually, that's an entirely reasonable supposition, except I looked in that room, and there was no southern door. At least I don't remember one. Guess we'll find out shortly.
All right.
But be careful. The shard golem hasn't gone very far.
I could try luring the shard golem. Maybe there was a southern door.
One moment. I'm going to shut the door here on you. You stay here for now, simply because I don't have the capacity to make you invisible. Well, I do, but I don't want to. So stay here, let us deal with the other room and deal with this large golem, and then we'll be back for you, and we'll continue on our merry way. Deal?
All right.
All right. Please keep quiet, or else I don't want to come back to a bloody smear.
Okay.
Like, my inclination is to be kind to her, but she could have been responsible for all of these needless and senseless murders.
She likely was.
All right, well, the golem is in the doorway. I don't know why I'm whispering. We're communicating telepathically. That fucking golem is in the doorway. What we can do is we can open this door and lure it deeper into that room. That seems counterproductive if we need to go back that direction, though.
Do you think it would fight the things in that room? Do you think it's mad and just would fight anything that it ran into?
Maybe. Oh, are you suggesting that we use it against the ram thing? Or the shards?
I'm talking about luring it into the room with the shards, and then we deal with whatever's left.
Yes, fuck it. That's a great idea. I'm going to try that right now, as a matter of fact. Flix is flying, so probably doesn't need to be super stealthy, but do you want a stealth roll?
Oh, yeah. With advantage, because you're invisible.
Rain is going
double
to creep up after seeing...
ones!
Yeah, let's just double ones, and Flix flies into the chandelier.
I mean, for advantage, that's still pretty crap, but I'll take it.
Flix, you fly through the air, and you see the Green Borean shard golem heaving in the doorway.
Ugh. Why does it breathe? Why everything here creepy?
The eyeball.
Yeah, I hear the little plinky plonks. All right, well, it seemed to like the ball bearings last time. Have some ball bearings, Golem. And I start plinking ball bearings across the threshold into this room.
Flix, you do notice one immediate problem. The width of the door is slightly smaller than the width of the golem.
Right, but the golem still might attract the shard swarms and they might still deal with one another.
Okay. See if...
Also, he's a big boy. Like,
He's a
he
big
could just
boy.
burst through a fucking threshold. I don't know.
Pling, pling, pling! As the shard swarms also descend curiously on the ball bearing, adding it to their collection of shards of dangerous shit whirling through the air. The shard golem crushes the potted plant and moves awkwardly around the pillars, cracking them
It flicks,
as he pushes
out
through.
of the way.
Sticks his head in the shard room and roars. And then suddenly you hear plink, 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 as all the shards begin to coalesce around the shard golem's head. It stumbles backwards. Shard
Okay, Rain and
swarms
Bonsai.
attached. Plink, 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 plink,
There
plink.
is a southern door, so what we can do is while they're all distracted with each other, I bet we can do something about that rune.
Oh, I love that idea.
Felix checks the store to make sure it doesn't have any security apparatuses on it.
Go ahead. Investigation.
Not my best work.
It did, but it has been disabled.
It's probably unlocked too, so... Alright, brace yourselves.
All of the shards are outside of the room, coalescing on the shard golem. Plink, 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 plink.
All right. Rain is going to approach the rune in the middle. This is definitely a blood rune.
Absolutely.
And she's going to try and disarm it the same way she did the other ones by, I think it was like retracing it or something.
Mm-hmm. Make me a Arcana check, please.
I will assist in this endeavor.
With advantage. Rain, you pass your hand over the rune and mutter the words of counter magic. And the rune disappears. Rain or Flix? As everything stabilizes, there is a wash of unstable magic that flows over you. But because of both of you work together to disarm this room, you can decide who will be affected by this magic, Flix or Rain. You must choose.
I'll take one for the team.
You sure? I was
Yep.
going to say we should just flip over it.
Oh, we could do that. Alright.
Odds or evens, call it in the air.
Well, alright. Odds.
All right, so hits Rain.
Okay.
I was prepared to accept this sacrifice on your behalf, Rain. Rain gets +4 permanently to a stat of her choice.
Ooh, juicy. We like wild magic in this house, to be fair.
Hold on.
You will now solely and completely, forevermore, every time you defecate, it's just a flump.
I don't know if that's a positive or a negative. Like,
I mean,
As the
flumps are
wild
cute.
magic settles, Rain, you scratch your scalp and you feel your hair has changed into feathers. And you have a crown of just feathers sticking out of your head. They in the vague shape of your hair, but still golden feathers. Lucky for you, no one else can see them currently.
well, shit happens.
You sense that the magic is fading, and your hair will revert to normal eventually.
Well, everything seems fine. So, I'm gonna go shut this door, though, while they're all having a good time.
Pling, pling,
I think
pling,
it's
pling,
an
pling, pling,
excellent
pling,
idea.
pling, 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 pling.
And if our confused friend walks through that room, she'll get what's coming to her. Oh, right. So this has to be some sort of security control room, right?
I have no idea. Let's investigate it.
All right.
Rain, make me an Arcana or Investigation check.
They're the same. Are we doing this together, Flix?
Yeah, you and I are like doing hacker man shit, except
Yeah.
keyboards.
Both, like, we're just going from keyboard to keyboard, like, over each other, under each
We're
other.
like, aren't you glad this adventure focuses so much on Rain and Flix and Bonsai has nothing to do?
Bonsai just locked himself out of the room. He's gonna go fight something.
Yep.
Well, Bonsai charges the golem.
This was his adventure. We were going on his adventure. You, at least
But
You
we're
know,
doing this
we
every
did a
day.
lot of berry and bush crap. Now we're doing cool ass heist shit. Get better at heists, Bonsai.
This part existed before Bonsai even was a thing.
How do you know? Perhaps this is a direct reaction to your leafiness.
It was before
you ever
he
think
was
about
even
that?
it was before he was even a moonberry in his mother's eye.
Before he was even a stamen in his
Okay.
mother's
Rain,
pistol.
you notice that scrying magic has been woven into each of these eyeballs, and they could be controlled with psychic attunement. Although, since you are not attuned to this particular scrying device and the other eyeballs, with enough gusto, you might be able to peer into other parts of the bank from here. Do you want to try and activate the scrying eyeballs?
I feel like the answer is yes. There's a lot of fucking places in this bank and a lot of traps. I don't think we have the resources to get through it all, so we'll try it. Yeah.
All right.
Rain's got psychic powers. It's fine.
She does have some psychic powers. Rain, you extend your hand towards at least the largest eyeball, which its center target has stopped swirling around and being poked by the shard swarm. As it looks down at Rain, in Rain's direction, Rain, you have a feeling that it can see you even through your invisibility. And the target remains on you as you extend your hand to it. A small magical glyph appears in the center, which with some, with that Arcana check, with some finesse and a quick swipe of the hand, you unravel the runes and begin to slowly attune to this arcane device. Rain, I'm going to remove you from the map. Rain, one moment.
Oh god! Rain disappears, but nobody knows because she was already invisible.
Rain, I'm going to put you in a place.
Yay!
And you can tell everyone what you see. If you can't find your token, there is a Find My Token button now.
I feel like I'm in a vault somewhere. There's some what looks like maybe metal ingots on a cart, some paintings, some sculptures, sacks of gold coins.
Rain, make me a perception check.
Oh, natural 20.
Okay. Rain.
Wow, nice.
This vault is attached to one of the security devices, and a bunch of smaller pull-out vaults are also here, but this seems to be a staging area for some of the valuables to be put away. Bars upon bars of raw platinum sit in dollies waiting to be transported, and valuable paintings, statues, and satchels stuffed with goods were waiting to be put away. But one thing catches your eye in particular, and it's right behind you, and it is a intricately carved, perfectly smooth mirror. And you recognize it. It's one of the mirrors that were used in the hunt.
Oh. Oh. Well, that's certainly something I could justify pulling off a heist like this for. Those are frankly too dangerous to exist. I found one of the scrying mirrors from the hunt, if you recall.
Oh, those you can cast fucking spells through those.
Yes,
Those are incredibly powerful magic.
they're very dangerous, and there's well, it's not just sitting here. I'm sure it's behind locked doors, but
Perhaps this is where they're kept when they're not being used.
it does make sense. We do know that they were on loan from the Light Fae.
Rain, do you want to switch channels? Make me an Arcana check.
Yes,
Oh, it's
I
like
think I do.
interdimensional cable. Yes, please keep going. Can you make them appear? What you're seeing, make it appear on these big screens.
I don't know.
Try it.
Rain tries to switch channels.
Okay, I'm gonna remove you from the board.
I didn't see any runes there though, as a point of order.
All right, Rain, and find yourself real quick.
Oh, fuck me.
Rain, wherever you are that you can see, an equally large eye stares back at you as a floating head with tentacles on the top, eye stalks looking everywhere, peers about. It ruffles psychically through the pages, looking confused and sending a very irritated beam of concentrated energy at the floor. You notice, Rain, as you watch, the beam ricochets off the walls like a mirror. And the creature cringes in annoyance.
Well, good news and bad news. Good news, I found a rune.
All right, that sounds wonderful.
The bad news is there is a very grumpy beholder floating around it. All
Oh.
teeth and eyes and teeth.
Oh,
I don't know if you've ever heard of a beholder before. I don't know that I've ever actually seen one, but I've certainly read books about them. They're rather grumpy.
I have a passing familiarity with beholders, right? Out of over 14 in Arcana.
Only in nightmares. But certainly
But like,
not,
I am aware that they exist. I don't have like detailed knowledge of their ecology or anything.
yeah, and if you ever stumble upon one, you're probably dead, as they like to eat magic. Fairies, in particular, do not fucking like beholders.
Beholders are monsters in fairy tales.
Yeah.
To scare baby fairies.
We have an eyeball here.
Well, so we're probably gonna have to deal with beholder thing. I don't know
What
if
if
Rain knows
what if I
much
just
about that beyond
don't
that, but
want to? Actually,
Rain, as you watch, the beholder, with an angry eye laser, zaps the rune. Nothing happens.
I wonder if I could teach it how to disarm that rune if it would just do it for us.
can you speak to them through the scrying?
I don't know. Like, hello.
I mean, if this
can you-
whole thing is set up the way the hunt is, there should be two-way communication.
hello there. Can you hear me? Rain tries to speak through the mirror, or the scrying thing. You with the eyes?
Does not appear to have a sound option.
Well, no such luck. Or it's just so disgruntled it's ignoring me. Once again, I do not see any sign of our perpetrators aside from the carnage that they've left behind. To the point where I'm not sure we are chasing a perpetrator of anything. We might just be chasing down the fallout of whatever blood magic has fucked with all of the wards of this place. This might be prisoners taking over the prison, so to speak.
oh, we're in a bank, not a prison.
Well, but I did remember when I told you that there are people who are, well, sentient creatures that are also part of the collections here?
Yes, I do remember that.
Well, there you go.
One moment. Rain, the last scrying eye that you are witness to. Oops, sorry, that's actually supposed to be open. Appears to be a small place where records are kept. And in the densely packed record keeper's room, in the back room is a glowing rune. And other records of the bank are sitting around waiting to be stamped and officiated and filed away neatly.
Well, I found 2 runes. I will be honest, if I would not be sad if we also went after that mirror, because frankly, I think that's just a very handy thing to have. But
what would you like to do with this mirror exactly?
well, keep it out of the hands of the Light Fae for one. But
Oh, you'd like to loot it, is what you'd like to do with it, right?
I was never the one to say that I was above looting. In fact, I was the one who suggested you take the rapier upstairs.
Then why were you throwing a hissy fit when I was opening the vault?
Because you led with the whole, oh, I want to be altruistic. I totally don't want to loot everything. I really just want to save people. And then
I want to do that too. Why can't I do both things, Rain?
Because one takes away from the other, Flix. And if you wanted to loot things, you should have just said, I want to loot things.
All right, well, there's no survivors left aside from probably a bad guy and the eyeball, right?
Well, if we're going to figure out what the fuck is going on here, we have to go deal with these runes anyway. So
No, but my point is that you already looked through all the rooms. So nobody's left alive.
I looked through some of the rooms. I found nobody left alive that I saw in any of the rooms.
Well, we just don't stop then. Keep looking to see if there's anyone that need a rescue.
Does it feel like I can keep looking? Or does that feel like the extent of what I was able to attune to?
No, you can keep looking.
Oh, well, fuck it, let's keep looking.
We'll just flip channels until we find where they're all cowering, if there are any left.
Yeah, I mean, I will keep flipping if that is allowed.
Okay.
The DM just took me back here, so, you know.
One moment.
I was just following the unseen hand of the markets, man.
What?
Rain, you appear to be in a stable.
Oh. Well, I found another rune.
Mechanical steeds appear to be stamping their hooves around this magical rune in irritation. Oh, sorry. I meant nightmare steeds, not mechanical steeds.
I was about to say, does that horse have hands?
He's got claws instead of hoofies.
Oh, I guarantee that's a she and not a he. But also, does she have hands?
Yeah, it looks like
Thumbs.
something.
She's got little thumby wums.
Oh, you're right.
Black horses with red stripes paw angrily at the rune that is carved into the ground. Their claws pick up a significant amount of dirt as they scratch at it, but it does not make the glowing rune go away.
Has Rain ever seen a steed like a horse like this before? It feels very Dark Fae to me.
These
Nightmares or fiends, I think.
This particular thing is a beast, and they are a type of carnivorous horse that love to eat and tear flesh. They're very pissy and very strong and warlike. But when trained properly, they make excellent guard horses.
This is not carbon friendly.
Rain, these are probably especially trained for the bank to guard the large platinum, large amounts of platinum that come to the bank. They're like
They
both
like platinum.
No. They're just both guard and horse. They get to drag the heavy load, and they can guard it as well.
Makes sense. Okay. Well, there's another rune in this room, so that's good. Found another one.
Oh, with the meat horses. That's excellent.
Yes, with the meat. Well, they are both made of meat, and they also enjoy meat. Yes.
One moment.
Does Rain have any sense for the relative power of these runes and like how fucked up the ley lines are here to have any sense of like how many runes she might approximately even be looking for?
Due to the, at least the power of the blood magic that pales in comparison to the magical power that seals these vaults, each rune has to have a very concentrated amount of power in order to function, and they will further destabilize as you deactivate them. But there are a significant amount of wards here in the bank, and the more that you deactivate, the more stable it will be. You guess usually these things would have to cover an area. They would need to sustain. It depends. Like, do they need access to every part, like every wing of the bank? They probably don't need wards in every place they don't want to go. So there are certain places that they do want to go. Also, that was warded. So,
So they specifically, the runes are specifically in rooms that they wanted access to.
Especially.
Yeah, okay.
But with something like this, you assume there are at least 5 or 6 runes just due to the size of the house. Or the vault.
Total, so that means we've seen maybe all of them, maybe a 1 or 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I think it's
Remind me
possible
why
I
we
found
need to find all the runes again?
Because that's the thing that's also blocking the threads.
Oh, right.
doing
We can't
something-
escape until... Right.
I think we could escape. If we really wanted to, I think we actually could. I think that runes actually kind of help that. However, our acquaintance in the other room will not be returning to her body anytime soon with all her memory, in fact, without...
Oh, so her essence is basically absent. That's why she's acting like a panicky little animal.
It's kind of like an astral projection spell, if you're familiar, Flix, or even like the dreaming spell that I use. It's a different
Interesting.
version
Won't
of
the
it, though.
shackles prevent her spirit from re-entering her corpus?
I don't think it would prevent that. I think it would prevent the portion of her that is here from rejoining wherever the other part of
Oh,
her
I see.
is.
She wanted to make good some sort of astral getaway. Oh, that's good thinking.
Right. I think it certainly should be able to come here and reunite, but she shouldn't be able to go to it and reunite, if that makes sense.
Right. Well, here's what I think. I think we should take a nap.
Well, I mean, we certainly can take a nap.
What a cat-like thing to say.
I would like to acquire... Well, okay, first of all, altruistically, in addition to selfishly, I would like to acquire that mirror because, notably, there is not a rune in that room, which means that they did not get there. So if they're still here, that is a profoundly powerful relic that, if it fell into the wrong hands, as we already know, would be very bad. So, it stands to reason that if anybody...
But we
is still
capture
here
it for
looting-
ourselves, obviously.
Well, yes, of course. Because I find it very hard to believe that anybody capable of casting blood magic of this power would leave such a thing behind. So it's potentially a place they have not gotten to yet, if they're even still here or knew about it. And then we can go about dismantling the rest of the runes. We have one with the Beholder, we have one with those horrible nightmares, and then we have one rather innocuously in a records room in the far corner of this place. I didn't see anything else in there, but it was a very small room. I'm sure there's horrors to get to it. But I have a pretty good idea of the layout of this place, so I think I could guide us to the important bits anyway.
Right. Okay, well, that's good. That should save some time. Right. Well, what I was saying is that it is 9:10 p.m.
It is
and,
9:10 p.m.
That's what I was really...
Is Flix ending the session?
You mean you mean the fourth wall breaking nap? But yes, of course.
Right. Yes.
Yes. The eyes of the scrying device look at you.
Rion's
Flix's...
gonna want to make a plan, so we need him to be fully rested and ready.
Yes,
we
I'll put.
should definitely have Drion work on a plan for the Beholder. Absolutely.
Actually, I think he'd very much enjoy that. Oh, yes, also, I've been running a fever off and on for the last several days, so I'm just exhausted.
Well, take a
Just
nap,
plus the restoration. You'll be fine.
all
Oh,
you
phone life.
sickies. It is 9 o'clock. Session is over. Sorry, Dreon missed some of it. But I was going to end it a little early, but then you guys went to the show me around the bank room, so I had to show you
No,
around
this
the
is
bank.
great. 'cause
I'm actually
Dreon
not
did
in a hurry
want to have
to-
any part of this.
That's true, he'd be very bored. But I think he'll be excited about fighting a beholder. Yeah, mostly my energy just tanked.
Yeah, of course. No. I mean, this is the time
Yeah.
to end. But also, Dreon didn't have to do all the dumb investigation, so he's going to be real happy.
Yeah, he just
We're
gets
gonna
to
be
do
able
the
to skip through some of
smashy
it.
smash now.
Although a beholder is quite unlike anything else that we've fought so far. I'm intrigued.
Well, we'll leave it for next week to figure out what you guys want to tackle first. Rain, you know how to use the scrying device, and you have a bird's eye view of the vault. And you've locked away your unknown prisoner in the bathroom. Everybody, have a good week. Have good nappies. Take care of yourself. Buy yourself some cookies. And I'll see you.
I tried to buy cookies, and they didn't. Fucking grocery delivery people kept bringing me the soft version of the cookies when all I wanted in the world was the crispy version. And I kept saying, "Why are you bringing me soft cookies? It's just right there. It said crispy. Why did you text me? You fucking said I just want crispy oatmeal cookies. That's all. Just one box, one bag of them. Just one, please. All right, that's all. That's my screed.
Thank you. I'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Good night, everyone. Thanks, Christina.
Have a good
Much
night.
love.
No
Thank you
problem.
so much for running the game. This is an awesome. Actually, I really want to say that this is a fascinating little investigation. The sort of aftermath of a magical heist is a fucking cool setting. I'm sorry that there's less for Dreon and Bonsai to do initially, but I'm having a blast with this. It's
Look,
so cool.
I'm excited for a dungeon, a massive dungeon that has like, here are the important things room. We just have to find where are the quest objectives. We just have to find the room that gives us all the quest objectives. It's like finding the map in Resident Evil. More of those, please. It's great. It's a great mechanic. Love it. Big fan.
Great. Well, thanks, guys.
Oh, it did finding this room reveal the map for us? That would be cool.
I mean, it revealed some of the map for Rain.
It revealed like 4 rooms for Rain.
It is
Oh,
literally
well,
like
I mean, shouldn't
finding
that
a
reveal
map in a
those rooms
Resident Evil
for-
level, and
for
you're like all of a sudden like, oh,
all
I
of
can
us?
find all the treasure now.
No, because
Well, I
only
mean-
Rain can connect to it because Rain can cast psychic spells.
You're right, but Rain can describe where the rooms are.
I will.
She can.
We will walk there. I will show you how to get to the different rooms. It's fine.
I still want to try my hand at cracking that giant vault, though.
Well, maybe if we get through all of this and we don't get arrested or murdered, maybe you can have a shot. And by
All right.
take a shot
I'll take
at the
that.
giant
I'll take
vault,
that as a solemn vow and a promise that that's exactly what we'll do.
I mean, you're gonna have to.
You
Figure out how
promised.
to
I
break
heard
the
you
wards.
promise.
I heard the promise.
No, I need your help to break the wards. That's the whole point.
That Rain did not promise that. She said you would have the chance to crack the vault.
Well, me having a chance to crack the vault means that you paved the way by dealing with the rune.
That's not true. You could certainly try and just hope that you don't
And
get completely
inevitably
incinerated.
fail without. No, that's not how this works, right?
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Have a good night.
Good night. All right, that's it for Arctis today. Whoa! Thanks for watching. Catch up on the VODs and all the sick lore at Arctis DD on YouTube. Watch our shorts and funny moments over on Twitter and TikTok at Play Arctis. Condensed goodness. And I'm your DM's Arena. Hey, thanks for watching. Appreciate everybody hanging out in chat. Thanks for the raid, honey. Great sesh. Gotta end the event here. But that's it. It is time to sleep. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.